kill us?
Yes.
He did
I
say
heard that
that.
part
The
too.
food was poison.
Vicariate Samson, the real Samson. He cried on my brother so that I could see him, so I could be sure that he was not being hurt. I messed everything up, I'm sure I did, but I don't know, I'm very grateful for the people around me, and I hope that I have not destroyed everything, and I just hope that this is enough. God, I miss having a god. I miss knowing what is right all the time. I don't so much like to listen to myself. She has many stupid ideas. I trust Finalai, and I trust Luden. And yes, I do even trust Samson, and Priaria, and Akrin, Ramir, Avriel. And someday I will trust myself, I'm sure.
And we are back. All right, so let's jump back in. We return to Helianthus's guest house as you have all returned from the feast speech moment. Of course, Esperise is uneasy, very tense, and the guards kind of reassure her that something is changing, and that perhaps is not the time to make any rash decisions. You all wait, uneasy, and Samson scries and watches as the generals discuss and debate about Vera knows what. About 4 hours pass before you hear a knock at the door.
Aspree's
4
like jumps to
hours?
her feet.
Within those 4 hours, could I go? I would have gone to check on Luden at some point.
I was about to say, Luda's not staying up in the sky for 4 hours.
If there's
He
anything
needs
that
to
you're,
like chill.
if there's anything that your characters would have liked to do during those 4 hours, you may do so now before the knock at the door.
Yeah, Luda would probably have just like after like 15 minutes, honestly, because he had already been up there for like an hour and some change. He probably would have went back to the same place like they were at before. I'm like, all right, well, I guess I'm not shooting anybody today. We could just go chill outside, maybe take a nap or something. Done.
Should we call Luden and tell him to like come get with us?
I could probably go get him.
Are we able to do that? I mean, I thought you had a one time a day.
Is it once a day? Let me check my character sheet.
I don't know. I mean, if he's close, I can just send him a message, but I don't know where he is. So.
Does he have a sending stone? Does he have a sending stone?
No.
No, none of us have sending. We used to
have given them
an
out to
inventor who
everyone
traveled
else.
with us and he never gave us a sending stone.
It's called feature is called speed dial, and I think it's ambiguous. Nope, it's only once per day. Only once per day. Sorry.
I wish I had like a sending stone to always talk to Luden. That would be so cool.
Don't you, back at the temple, the other, oftentimes clerics will be able to cast sending. I've never seen
Yeah,
you
but
though.
I don't usually prepare for that because usually I just talk to people when I see them.
Yeah, but you could call Luden all the time if you did, though.
Yeah, I could. Maybe I should prepare it from now on.
Your dream could actually be reality then.
Yeah, but
Let me take a nap real quick.
Yeah. I mean, we've got 4 hours, so.
Yeah, it's cool. We don't have to do what he sees. I'm just letting you know, Ludin's not staying and keeping his. I mean, I assume flying requires energy for my freaking dragonfly. I just don't want him to be like jogging for the equivalent of 4 hours.
I have an idea. Why don't we just tell the guards outside that we have a friend out and that he wants to come in? Let's do that. Finn will
Great
go
idea.
knock on the door. Can we open it? Is it like open?
The door opens from the other side.
Hi, we have another friend out there that wants to come in here. Can I go get him?
I think it would be best if you all waited for a moment. Things are a bit tense right now, and don't want to add any more suspicions.
Okay, I guess. You might see him out there, though, just letting you know. If you do, he means no harm.
They don't see me.
What does he look like, or how might we come about him?
He has a big bow on his back, and he has a big moon on his face. It's pretty distinct. You'll notice. And he usually frowns a lot. So if he looks really grumpy, that's just his face. So don't worry, he's not dangerous at all.
Right. So looking for a pissed off man with a moon on his head.
Yes, exactly.
All right. I'll be sure to keep an eye on for that.
There you go, Lou.
And he just
They
kind
can
of
find
like
me.
Arrested too.
Yeah, 100%. There's no way they find it.
and he shuts the door.
Prey would also like to take a minute to debrief with Samson about what was said, so in case she's ever asked, she knows what happened.
Okay.
Yeah, I recount it perfectly as if I watched the episode to the best of my knowledge. And so then Fake Arya dropped this line about how Esperis doesn't absolutely hate everything that is Fae anymore, and she's trying to save all these people's lives. It was great.
Those are definitely better words than I would have had for him. Thank you.
It was really hard. I was trying to channel the goodness. I was trying to. Maybe I shouldn't have, but I tried.
I am fine with what happened.
Akron's gonna check on Esperis. Before he approaches, what kind of vibe is she giving off?
When other people are talking to her, she seems like, oh yeah, I'm talking. And then as soon as the conversation pauses, she's fully staring at a corner of the room.
Is it more anger or more intensity that I'm trying to read? I got a 21 passive insight.
Jesus. She has, I don't know if Akron ever went to school, but like if you see someone who's like, oh, I failed that test and I'm gonna, what am I gonna tell my parents? It's that kind of vibe of just everything is about to go terribly, terribly wrong. I don't know what the equivalent for Akron would be if somebody was having a difficult time in battle training in the encampment or something.
If it looks like she's having a difficult time, he's going to casually cast Calm Emotions as he walks towards her. At the risk of pissing her off even more. And he's gonna approach, and you're gonna kind of smell a sweet scent in the air, and he's just gonna like lightly tap your shoulder and be like, you okay? Did you talk to Leanthus or?
Actually, I'm starting to feel a lot better, actually. This is good. This is very good. Normally, if you're feeling very strongly something and you just power through it, it will go away. That happened again. Oh, great.
Hmm.
I'm doing okay. Thank you. I appreciate that. It's very kind of you to check.
Good. Good. Yeah, no, things are a little tense right now, but hopefully what the guard said was true.
You think it was?
I don't think he has a reason to lie.
You don't think that Elianthus can't punish me right now, but he can do whatever he wants to Avriel, and I don't know. I apologize if I put Avriel in an even worse position, I suppose.
Did what you thought was right. And for the record, I agree with a lot of what you said. So, you know.
What did you disagree with, Akren? I would love to hear you disagree with something.
Oh, no. Nothing in particular. When I said most of, I didn't mean...
Insight check.
Okay, no, you're really... don't read too much into that.
No, I will. I got a 22.
Okay. Yeah, no, he is just trying to console you. Yeah.
With your passive insight, you can see that Esprit was really looking forward to turning the conversation into talking about you instead, and is a little disappointed that she digs nothing up. But she
she appreciates you coming over, but I don't know. I always prefer him. I mean, now it's just the sitting and the waiting, yeah, and the whatever Finn is doing right now with the guard, and yeah, we will see how things went.
Anyway, you know, Avriel, he'll be okay, I think. And if, you know, Elianthus holds all the cards right now, I think that if he wanted to show a display of power or something, then he would, you know? The waiting is tedious, but maybe it means something good.
I admire your optimism.
Esprit will invite him to sit down next to her, but otherwise she doesn't have a lot more to share.
Any other conversations before the knock at the door? All right. You hear a very stern knock at the door. At this point.
And
Getting
not,
up on my feet. I just jump to my feet. I don't approach the door. I just get up.
Who opens the door?
I'll answer it.
at the knock, I immediately put my disguise back on if I'm still wearing the hat.
Okay.
Okay. Are y'all ready? 1, 2, 3, open.
You
Happy
open
New
the door.
Year.
And standing without any escorts at his side, but of course the two guards that are guarding this door, you see Avriel. And he cracks a small smirk as the door is open, and he doesn't even look at you, Finalai. He immediately looks past you at his sister and walks straight toward her and gathers her up in the biggest hug. And he just squeezes you so tight, and he says, "You're amazing, Essie. You're the change in the tides." And he kind of pulls back and he tucks a loose strand of hair behind your ear and kind of holds your face in his hands. And he just smiles, his smile is just drawn from ear to ear with such pride. And he says, "Today when he saw Today he saw what I have always seen. I couldn't be more proud to be your brother. And he just embraces you once more, very tightly.
Esperise is completely overwhelmed. A good portion of her, I don't know if it would be an Arcana check or what, is like, okay, he's currently under the command of his true name to come in here and lull us into a false sense of security. Like, she's not entirely trusting what's happening right now, but she'll hug him back and she'll pull Akron in as well, because Avriel is his friend and has also been very nice to her.
We all hug.
Yeah, he grabs your forearm, and like as she also begins to pull at your other arm, he pulls you into the hug as well, and like it's just this big family group hug. It's good to seeing you too, mate. Sorry.
Yeah, the crap out of all of us.
Well, we're not quite out of the fire just quite yet. But I just finished.
Esperance is gonna kind of hold him around, like, you, all your limbs, all your face. You are. What is happening physically with you? Mentally, are you? How are you here? What is happening?
I do have all my limbs. I'm not quite worried about that. Not yet, at least. I was brought into the tent to speak with Elianthus and the generals. There was a lot of arguing between him and them about how all this looks upon him. I can't tell you what he planned to do, but I can say that your speech had them questioning the plans he had set in motion. They began arguing about how to move forward. I was there, and I was quiet for a while, just listening and watching. I don't think I've ever seen him so furious. And you see this kind of like mischievous smile kind of reach his lips as he speaks, remembering how his father reacted to your speech, Esperise. He's always wanted me to follow in his footsteps, lead armies, be a lead example of our house, a representative of strength and cunning just like him. And I fought so hard to be everything that he isn't. Perhaps to prove to myself that I could never be anything like him. But I found in that moment when you spoke, Essie, that knowing him better than anyone else was my greatest weapon. And his smile kind of shifts across his face, and it's kind of crooked and soft. And he looks at you all now, all of you, kind of addressing you all. I'm going to lead the half of the army that's currently posted in the Gloaming Court.
We're glad to have you.
I'm glad. That's wonderful. Congratulations. I think, yes, you want this?
Oh, I did suggest it. Want is... I don't know if I would say want necessarily, but I did suggest it. That I would lead the army as a bit of a fake ally of Elrix's. And of course, I know sending me would ensure no suspicion. And she knows who I am, and sending me would ensure ties are strong with Elianthus. She does not know that you all are here. And I will need to bring her intelligence on your armies, something convincing that won't betray our crew.
He sounds like Samson. What is something that sounds like it could be true about an army, but is not true?
But now
Daniel
can we
looks
have a moment?
Yeah.
This is very much a Samson question.
Yeah, you're the war expert, Samson. What do we
And
do?
a liar.
What looks like an army but isn't? Is that the
No,
riddle?
It's
need
supposed to
to-
be it's some information about the army that he can feed to her that won't actually fuck us over, I think.
Fake news.
Yes.
Fake news.
Oh, fake news. So,
If anything,
like,
it could benefit us.
Yeah. So, what do we tell? What does Avriel tell Arixis when he goes? Right? Oh, goodness. It's definitely some sort of misdirection, right? About what our next plans are.
Well, what are our next plan?
That might be a good thing to decide first.
Do we
Well,
want to decide that in this greenhouse?
Yes, Avriel, may we have a moment to strategize, or do you need something to tell her now?
This is something. I'm about to speak in a different accent. I'm
This
sorry.
is something that,
This is something that of course, you all can debate on it. Here, and he kind of hands you a small polished stone, Samson. Sunstone. I suggest you give it to Samir after you tell me what piece of information that I can give Elrixis. When you have all decided.
Oh, speaking of which, there's one more member that we probably need for that.
Well, you're just about to be able to go. And I'm sure you can meet up with him on the way out.
Awesome.
If I could speak to my sister for just a moment.
Of course. She have a lot
we
to
will
talk about.
shuffle to the other side of this lovely accommodation that we have just enjoyed so much. To thank your father.
What if we climbed up the chimney and tried to find Luden that way?
We will discuss over here.
Avriel kind of takes a few steps, and his cloak kind of sways across his shoulders and around his feet as he moves towards you, and he just kind of clasps his hands together, looking up, and he says, I know that we haven't spent much time together, Essie, and I must look so weak, but I'm not. I've trained for years, and Akron, of course, he's a witness of that, and he could speak for me on that. And I've honed my skills with the sword and tempered my emotions so I could do what needs to be done. But through all that, I've realized that you are my greatest weakness. And perhaps that makes me a fool, but I wanted you to know that I would do it all over again. I would give it away all over again. And you know what I mean. You know, become a puppet, a tool. If it means keeping you safe. Because you are who I fight for, Essie.
I really shouldn't be, but I don't think you're weak at all, Avery. I never thought that you were weak. You are very strong to do the things that you do, to make the choices that you make. I just wish I had not put you in the position where you had to make them. And if you fight for me, I want you to know that I fight for you too. And I told you before that you would have your sister back, the one that you remember, and I don't know what she's like, you know, but I will be here.
He kind of cracks a small, crooked smile as he looks down and then back up at you. Well, I'm glad to hear that. But you aren't just my weakness, you're my strength too. I don't think I would ever considered for a mere moment of leading any of those armies if it wasn't for what you do and what you've said and how brave you've been.
Oh, well, I'm glad that it had a positive, that's very kind. I'm glad that it had a positive impact on you. I don't know. I don't know what to say. I'm sorry.
It's fine. It's not necessarily It's a very vulnerable conversation, I realize. And it's okay. But I just wanted to tell you all that. You know, before I go.
You're leaving now.
Why?
Esprit will hug him and kind of, well, she'll do the full like koala upwards hug on him and tuck her head into his shoulder and just, I want to tell you I'm sorry and I don't even know what for, you know? Someday I will have the chance to be your sister and nobody will be mind controlled and nobody will be at war. You know?
You are my sister. Whoever you choose to be. I'll love you nonetheless. And I'm mind controlled. I'm not mind controlled right now. You can be assured that these words are not planted on me. I don't even think that Eleanthus could come up with such words. I don't think he's capable of it.
Not his
Even
time,
if he
yeah.
tried.
He's not the vulnerable type.
Not at all. But,
I'll let him go and kind of put my hand on his cheek. Yeah?
return to Samson Estate. You all have been granted release. And, I will see you again. I will.
Yes, you will. Of course you will.
And he steps a few feet back for a moment, continues to look at you, and then steps a few feet forward once more and just grabs you up in another hug. Kisses you on the cheek. And kind of puts his forehead against yours and says, "We can both do hard things." And he steps back and he leaves.
This priest just kind of stands there. Yep. She stands there for a long moment, and if folks don't start trickling back in, she's just going to continue standing there, staring at the space where he was. No idea what to do with herself or how to feel about anything. But she will, if people start coming back to her side of the greenhouse, she will return to Esprit's hood.
And I have climbed up the chimney to look out and find Luden.
Make an athletics check.
Bet. All right. Yes.
Okay, so you're not stuck
25.
in the, you're not stuck in the chimney. That's good.
Not yet. Not coming up it.
You begin very like Grinch Who Stole Christmas, making your way up the chimney. And you do you're able to poke your head out. You have soot all over your head and body, but you are able to make it all the way up to up the chimney.
Do I see Luden?
No.
Not at all. He's nowhere nearby at all.
No, he landed at 4 hours. He landed for like a long time ago.
Not even landed nearby. Not even like 60 feet away.
No. No.
I am by the front door where me and Akron were just staring at the front door.
You're at the front door.
The dragonfly.
Oh, the front door of the other thing, not like the
Yeah.
front door of our greenhouse. Okay. All right, I'll come back down then.
You sound a little muffled, by the way, Brandon. Or, I'm sorry, Christian.
For Christian, I sound muffled. Okay, let me fix that.
Um,
That's probably why, because it was up
There
there.
you
And Finn's just covered in soot. And
Finn
ash
is
now.
just covered in soot. He looks like a chimney sweep from Mary Poppins, just completely covered from head to toe in soot.
I didn't see Luden anywhere out there. Just to let you all know. What are we doing now?
Well, you are going to see Riza so that she can boop, boop, boop all of this away. And then I think we are allowed to leave.
Really? Is Helianthus going to be on our side? I know Avriel. I heard Avriel might be, but there's two parts of the army, right?
Right.
Esperise joins you in this part of the room, completely nude, halfway back into changing into her vestments, just like hoiking it up. I believe that it was Helianthus' idea to send Avriel over there. The generals wanted to be on our side, or at least be neutral, I think. So at the very least, we have Helianthus' blessing of what Avriel is doing.
Okay.
And we are free to go once everyone is back in there close.
Did you have a good talk with your brother? Is he... Oh, he's probably going to be going... He's not coming with us.
We will see him soon. He won't be coming back to the estate with us, but...
Well,
one of us has a rock, right? Where's the rock? Is it Samson has a rock?
Yes.
Yeah, I have all the rocks.
Oh, we have to come up with information, right?
Yeah.
Let's go back to the estate. Let's gather the Ludan.
We don't need to talk to Heli. I guess we don't have to talk to Helianthus first, right?
Avriel told me that we were all free to go. But if you want to talk to Helianthus...
Sounds
He
like
did not-
Heli... Go ahead.
He did not come here, and I don't think we have full permission to just wander his halls looking for him.
You know what? That's an excellent diplomatic point. Very good. I feel like maybe not Helianthus, Avriel is perhaps his spokesperson here, and just by him being here and joining our side, that's reason enough to believe that he's ours, you know? Or at least he's not going to interfere, and we have half his army. So that's all good things. All good things.
Okay.
so shall we go?
Did Ludin see Avriel leave or Avriel leave?
No, if you landed like this, he arrived 4 hours after.
Well, no. Did he see him leave the estate?
The estate?
Oh,
Did he see him make his way over?
Give me a perception check. Or
Okay.
yeah, give me give me a perception check.
Okay. Or is that 19? 19.
19. Okay. You definitely see someone leave. You there's no way in hell you would be able to tell who, but you definitely see somebody mount a massive lunar moth and take off in the direction of the gloaming court.
Real quickly. Nah. He was thinking about casting Hunter's Mark on whoever that was because he has absolutely no idea what's going on, and they're going to the freaking other army. But he's gonna hold off. But if they don't come out within like 5 to 10 minutes, he'll probably start pursuing whoever that is. He's gonna shoot him down.
All right. So do you all leave?
Yes.
You open the door to this guest house. The two guards just kind of nod to you, and you are escorted back to the front gate. Gates are closed, and you all leave Helianthus' estate. Making your way back, Ludin, you definitely spot them at some point as they're kind of walking down the road. Not too far away from the estate, but you've landed with buzz. I would say probably like maybe a mile out. Sounds reasonable. And then you notice them kind of walking back in the direction towards you, towards Samson's estate. And you all have a moment to regroup and talk here before you return to Samson's estate.
They'll probably like be behind a bush or something like that. So they're coming.
So you don't see Ludin, I guess, at this point. Make a stealth check. Make a
Ludin, you
stealth check,
definitely
Ludin.
notice with your passive perception that Esperise is trucking down in her full green vestments of Levi that she showed you all of one time previously.
Yeah, but that's not surprising.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, he's come to terms with that for now. We have a 27. We'll have a conversation. Don't worry.
27? You are stealth, my bruh. You are stealth. Nobody notices with their passive.
Okay, well, if he's just gonna wait until they like get close, he'll be like on all, not even all fours, like on his belly, underneath leaves and stuff like that, and you'll just hear, psst.
That's what we hear. Psst.
Yeah, psst.
Ah!
Go back.
Be like, are you being followed? And he's just looking behind them.
Oh, it's you.
Cast ball of
Hi.
fire into the bush.
The vestments! They've taken control.
Oh, it's you,
I knew this
Ludin.
day would come.
Come on out. We've been looking for you.
Keep walking. Don't like.
Why?
And he's looking. Is anybody following them? Nobody's looking or anything like that, right? They're good.
As far as you can see, we'll say with that passive that you rolled, you don't see anybody.
Cool. All right. Luna will get up
Or
or
that perception that you rolled, sorry.
still be crouching and be like, some guy just left. I don't know how you guys made it out, but we need to go. Like he's like a 10-minute head start. If we leave now, we can probably get to him before he leaves the army.
It's all good, dude.
Luna's gonna cast detect magic at 2nd level.
No, really. It's
Okay.
Oh, he's casting detect magic
You
at
all
2nd
watch
level.
because, again, it takes 10 minutes to cast Detect Magic.
Oh no, detect
No, does
magic.
if you do it
takes
as a
me an
ritual.
If you do,
It
okay.
takes me an action.
Okay, so you're, okay.
So y'all see
I
me
always
do my
forget
thing,
that.
but
I
like,
always forget that. You all watch Ludin begin to like. I don't know. What does this look like? This is kind of like odd.
yeah, I guess. Let's see, Ludin's detect magic.
Akron's like, it's all good, and like Ludin begins to do.
He just stares at Akron, and as he stares, you can totally see like him moving his hands just a little bit, but his eyes do a little. And you know, you've seen him do it plenty of times, and he's just staring at all of you right now, looking for some type of enchantment on somebody's head or anything. Like, he's like, this is. They got all of them. Somehow they got every single one of them.
Oh, Esperisa dress is magic as hell, but otherwise she's fine.
Yeah, so I guess
Okay.
everybody looks the same.
Yeah, Akron glows with the normal magical glow.
Other than the typical magical auras that you've noticed on like their weapons, like Finoline's sling and your
Yeah.
bow and like other armor and various weapons, you don't
Everybody
sense
looks the
anything
same.
new.
All right, you guys see Ludin start to like.
What did you see?
Chill
Why
out
are
a
you
little bit.
why are you being so jumpy, Ludin?
Well, Akron, what did I see?
Mhm.
I saw you go inside
Yeah.
to look for our friends.
Uh-huh.
Then I saw all of my friends go into a building.
That's right.
Then I saw a bunch of soldiers come up and about to stab that building.
Really?
Then I saw
Yeah.
all of my friends just walk out and go into the other building and have Riel come back outside.
Mm-hmm.
Then I see Esperise come to the front door, looking like she's about to kill someone. Then I see Finn come behind Esperise. Then everybody goes back inside. Then I came out here because everybody didn't say anything except Samson saying I should just be prepared. Okay. And then I saw a guy fly away. So
In Ludin's defense, we did learn from one of the guards that they were planning on, I don't know if it was killing all of us, but certainly making us indisposed. So
They were gonna poison us.
no, they
Pretty
were
sure.
going to, they was like they were gonna
Stab us.
kill y'all. Like it looked pretty. I was about to, the place was about to be on fire.
So I don't know if it's fair to call him jumpy, but things went generally better than could ever have been anticipated.
But you should have seen Reese. Oh my
Oh my
gosh. Ah.
That's very kind of you. Thank you.
He killed someone? Is that?
Oh, almost.
She
She
killed
killed
Elliot?
his dignity.
Oh.
She gave
Yeah, that-
the most wonderful speech.
Ah.
It is
So
the
what
reason we
happened?
have half an army.
Oh, okay, yeah. So we have what? What about the other half?
I believe Avriel will be leading the half who are already stationed in the Gloaming Court, which makes me think maybe that Helianthus was in the Gloaming Court for other reasons. I don't know what is happening with the other half that is stationed here.
Oh.
We should probably ask. Maybe Avriel would know about that.
Where is he?
He's headed to the Gloaming Court right now.
That was him.
Well,
Okay,
if
yeah, he's going
Helianthus
by
is working with the dark.
himself, so I doubt you'll be able to talk to him. Like he's
You doubt we'll
gone.
be able
He
to
was
what?
a-
He flew by himself. Like, are we meeting him at the?
We have a shiny rock.
he gave
Yeah,
us a
we-
sending stone.
No. You know the way that you can talk to Taya sometimes? It's the same method. He is going alone to meet up with the half of Ilianthus's army that is already in the Gloaming Court, and he will be leading them from there. And we will be meeting him there, I assume, at the
Samir
barracks.
know?
No, we're on our way back to the estate now. If
Well,
everyone...
didn't they already leave? And we told Samir to be prepared for an army that's potentially going to be interacting with him and probably trying to double cross him.
We have a way to contact Samir with our speed dial.
I mean, not today. But, I mean, we're not far. And he's just, he was told to be prepared. He's not going to just jump him, you know.
Okay.
He knows that Avriel is on our side. He's not going to jump Avriel, I think. Unless he has reason to believe that he is not in his right mind, which...
I mean, the thing with the, might
Yeah.
set him off.
I did have a thought that we should probably ambush that party before they got to Elrix's fortress, but now that Avriel's there, I don't think I'll see no reason for that, and I don't think Samir would either. So, and I'm sure they already called ahead as well, so they know Avriel's coming.
What?
So everything worked out, and now we just have to come up with a really good lie.
Yes,
And then he
Avriel will
leans
be-
back in, like, okay, so we have to come up what now?
Avriel
Oh.
is going to be going to... Oh, Finn, do you want to?
Oh, I was just gonna say, let's go back to the house and do it.
Yeah, we're walking and talking. We're walking and talking.
Oh, okay.
Unless do we want to save this for... do we want to be in the war room with Lotus and...
Awesome.
Losum, I'm so sorry.
Awesome.
It's
Lotus.
almost over. Oh my god! No, I'm just kidding.
Lotus,
Look.
Applebottom, and Samir for this conversation. I just want...
Yes,
How
of
about
course.
on the
We will
walk
gather
back,
everyone who
we
is
fill-
relevant.
Luden in on everything that has already happened, but we don't discuss future plans yet.
I'd like to, on the way back too, I think Finn will kind of just, as everyone's walking, kind of like give Esperis a look and kind of like go back a little bit towards the back of the party and hang back a little as they're walking.
By the way, is walking with us this time. He's not flying. He's done his job.
He's just lumbering this massive dragonfly. He's like one of those like blue, very common like blue dragonflies that you see in the south, and he's just like,
I'm not even riding him. I'm just like patting his head and stuff as we walk. Cause he's flown a lot today. I want to give him a little rest. Yeah. Yeah.
all right. So you guys can.
Esperis will start to fall back to where Finn is. Hi.
Hi. So, what happened back there? You didn't really expect it, did you? With Helianthus and changing his mind and all that.
Oh, I don't know what I expected. I suppose. I sort of normally do everything with a very specific plan of what it is supposed to accomplish.
And you didn't this time?
Oh, no, and it's terrifying.
But exciting, right?
Mm.
It was for a moment until I thought that Avriel was going to have to suffer for it. It looks like everything turned out. Yeah.
Do you still want to, kill him?
Well, it really depends what you mean by want. Uh-huh. Like if it's in terms of, what is the right thing to do, what is the mature thing to do, what is the thing that will help me reach my goals, and everyone to reach our goals. No, I don't think we have to kill Helianthus. I think there are many ways to accomplish what we want to do without killing Helianthus.
But I didn't ask what we should or have to do. I asked what you wanted to do.
Finlay, do you look up to me?
Yes, yeah. That was a random question. Yeah, I look up to you and your ability to get whatever you want just by opening your mouth and saying something. You're amazing, Reese. You're able to accomplish whatever you put your mind to.
Finlay, I want him to suffer. I don't want him to die. I want him to suffer.
How do you think that's possible?
There are a lot of options that I have considered at great length, but do you ever worry that the things that you want are not the things that you want to want? Does that make any sense at all?
No. I don't think so. I guess what you want is something that comes naturally to you. And if you second guess yourself, then really is anything that you think or want real? Your wants can change, but if you want something right now, then you want it, regardless of what other people expect you to want or what you should want. If you want it, you just do.
I'm gonna kiss him.
I'm gonna pull back. Right. Thank you.
Thank you. You're welcome. Yes. Yes. Wow. It's like totally red.
How many cherry blossoms fall out of his hair?
All of them.
All of it. They start blooming and falling and blooming and falling.
She's gonna wink at him, and then she's gonna move forward a bit and join back up with the dragonfly and Luton and give the dragonfly a little scritch on his back and look over her shoulder. It's been a second longer.
He's just like red in the face and like following, like trying to he's looking away, looking at her away, looking at her.
Yeah, c'est l'amour. It is magnifique, no?
I love her distraction method. You never answered my question, right? It's okay.
Brilliant. Brilliant. All right. So, you all make your way back to Samson's estate. It's probably about, I think, according to our calendar, it's 9:30 at this point, by the time that you make it back. You enter back into the camp. Samir and Losum emerge from the war tent, and there is a kind of like a wash of relief over both of them as they see you all approach. And Samir kind of steps up, looking at you, Samson. Well met. What news?
Things were terrible, but now they're great. It seems as though Avriel has had, not Avriel, Elianthus has had a change of heart. And
Change of heart. That's
I know.
impressive and surprising.
It was shocking. I've been around a long time, seen few things like it. There was much discussed. Most importantly, is that Avriel rides to join the armies that I told you about before, and we need to discuss our assault on the fortress as soon as possible,
So the final assault, I gather we strike tomorrow.
or the day after. One of those two.
Well, come, there's much to discuss. Let's catch up, shall we? And he kind of like gestures you all to come into the tent and make your way. And you all come in, of course, and you see various maps of the summer court and the neighboring gloaming court kind of laid out, and various armies, and you of course see the half of the armies, Helianthus' army that was sent in the information and intel sent to Samir, and he has already taken track and note where that half of the army is, and we'll enter.
You work fast.
You have to be fast if in war. If you don't keep up, you die. Appreciate the compliment.
Well, speaking of words, Avriel has asked us to feed him false information to take back to the other side.
So you convinced Elianthus to be on our side, and staging a bit of a coup within a coup, I suppose.
We only have half his army, but...
Something like that.
But I have a little bit more context.
We have half an army led by someone who is on our side.
And the other half?
We fill him in on everything we know that has gone down.
Okay.
Unless there's anything anyone wants to keep back. Yeah.
So you fill him in, and he goes, so this lie. What lie shall we tell our Shade Witch?
I was thinking maybe something we had previously discussed, maybe something that she wants to hear, that maybe Prearia is unpopular and weak and the people do not want to follow her, so we are forced to go on a campaign trying to convince people. We are out trying to make friends and talk to allies, and we're trying to smoosh together an army as best we can, but we are stuck amassing that force.
Morale is powerful, and if she suspects that there is a loss of morale on that end, she might suspect that those who do fight for us, maybe they question their loyalty, and that could put some edge on our end. I think that's a good idea.
Anyone else? That was just my first thought.
Maybe going on that note, it should be like we're going on a campaign trying to, get people on our side, and so that way she doesn't suspect our arrival when we get there. So we can say that the last place they saw us was someplace pretty far away.
We'll have to make it pretty convincing. I say that we send out a small group of individuals. Disguised as yourselves, of course. Doing just that. We have to be as convincing as possible if we're to do this.
That sounds very dangerous for the individuals involved. Wouldn't they be prime targets?
I would indeed.
And they would have to be very careful by whom they are seen. She does have that friend who can see through pretty much all of magic.
This is true. We'll have to be very aware, but from my intel, we have gathered that the Mother of Hags has been sticking rather close to the Shade Witch. A powerful ally, and she has taken advantage of that, as it's what I would do, honestly. It's a pretty smart decision.
Well, we've got Muriel and a couple others. Maybe they can kind of subtly drop the word that we've been around the areas. They can go out to where we want them, that word to travel, and then they can spread the word.
So perhaps we take an entire day, tomorrow, and then the assault the day after. And tomorrow, we take that moment to spread these rumors and these lies, and make it as believable as possible.
All right, one day to start the story. And we attack before she has time to look too closely into it.
I think that's a grand idea.
Do we know where her military likes to band? Do they stay within the gloaming court? Are the watering holes they like to be at? Can we...
With everything that has... Go ahead, sorry.
No, that was the end of my sentence.
With everything that has happened, Alrixis has lost quite a bit of her strong suit. She's lost the Queen's family, which was pretty pivotal in order for her to obtain queenship in the most legitimate way possible. But now that is a bit out of the question, since she doesn't have their blood. So, she has gathered her armies to the last line of defense, which is the keep. It is a series of Fey orcs gathered together. It is the capital of Rithanalwe, or at least what it used to be. She has turned it into the capital. There are, I want to say, let me look at my notes. I want to say 5 Fey orcs, and I think it's 5. It could be 6. It's a lot. We'll get to the number. Number doesn't matter. It's a group of Fey orcs.
On a grove, if you will.
A grove of Fey orcs. Usually they're by themselves, spread across the land, spread across the mortal realm. But this is a very special, very sacred place. It's not what it once was. They kind of wrap around each other and the branches move. Kind of like the moving staircases in Harry Potter.
Wait, is this the same kind of tree that tried to drown us down underground?
No, that was a plant. This is the same kind of tree that cut off all the tips of my freaking arrows and changed color.
But it's also
Took my
this
shoe.
is the tree
That's
where
what this
we
freaking
wove
tree
each
is.
other flower crowns.
Yes.
No, I didn't weave no
Good
flower
memory.
crown. This stole
No,
my
no.
Yeah.
No, this was
That's why you
Yokes
got,
are
that's why you
I
got
used to
your
hate
arrows
to
stolen.
burn it down.
That's why you got your arrows stolen.
I do
Yeah,
want to...
yeah. Jeez.
Blossom,
Jeez.
if you have any kind of maps or plans of the area, I believe Samson and Luden would love to look over it to strategize sort of positioning.
Of course, I do have some, and I will share it with you after this session.
Okay, thank you so much.
It is surrounded. It is the ancestral home, Rithanalwe. And of course, it is currently occupied by the Shade Witch and her armies. It's situated deep within the gloaming court. It's not what it used to be. Now a swampy bog. I would love to see it return to its former glory. And he kind of bows his head towards you, Praeria.
Sorry, one more time?
He bows his head towards you.
Oh, okay. She gives a nod back.
Luden will nod at everyone. He seems like a little bit more tired and stuff like that. He'll be like, I think I'm gonna go. If especially, we'll get to planning later. If we have a day or two, I'm head out, and he'll just walk out.
You walk out, and Lothsome and Samir kind of continue. Samir looks at you all. We need to get the crown off of her head. And if she escapes, we all lose.
Then she won't.
That is where I come in. I will be focusing the majority of my power.
Be forking.
I'll be forking pretty hard, yeah. I'll be focusing the majority of my power preventing any kind of teleportation to and from the castle. So I'll be there, but you may not see me. But I will be watching for her. 'Cause if things do turn south, she won't be going anywhere, and I'll make sure of it. At least south for her. And is there a way to keep in contact with Avriel?
Sona.
Samson, you have all the rocks.
You have all the rocks. Yes, we can get in contact with Averill.
So you give him the rock.
Does he want my rock? I guess.
I mean, Avriel said to give this rock to Samir.
Fine, I honor Averill's wishes.
He takes the rock and he says, I'll share with him the lie that will be spreading tomorrow. And other than that, where we undergo these plans, it's really good to know that we have a man on the inside. I'll begin the assault, of course. I want to keep as many lives safe as we wait for Avriel. I suggest we do maybe take some dragonflies and bomb the outskirts. Maybe some cavalry skirmishes. I don't think we'll need a battering ram. I don't think we'll be scaling any walls. I say that we pressure the east side, and Avriel break through the western wall from the inside. And that's when you all move in. You infiltrate the fortress, find Alrixis, get the crown, and hopefully, in doing so, we restore it to its rightful owner.
When you say we, do you mean just our group, like our party of people, or do you mean like?
We're going to be putting on a pretty big distraction for you, so yes, I do say you.
Okay, like a special operative mission. Just
there is one more thing I want to mention. That my spies have gathered that there is something else that lies within this ancestral homeland of yours, Queen. And it is not the hag. And it is not Elrixis. It is something else.
It's not the warden either.
No.
Is this something we will have to fight?
It is a darkness that lies within the tree, in the heart of the trees.
We think we know what that might be.
Do we?
We will
Is it like
handle
the mother of all wrenches?
Well,
Gordon seems to think it's one of the seven.
He's not here, though. But Samson is here, and he just kind of senses his thoughts out in the plains.
He's just thinking up at the moon or the sun, I guess. What if we have to fight a seven just really hard into the air?
we have handled darkness like it. We will handle this one as well.
Well, I figured I'd tell you, of course. But other than that, I think seems a final celebration is in order. An Eve Rising of sorts. Think that'd be appropriate, wouldn't it, mate? And he looks at you, Samson.
Oh, I think so very much. I mean, we don't know if we'll see another sunset after this one. So,
Aye.
definitely.
Tonight. Sound good, everyone? You all know what an Eve Rising is?
Sorry?
Mhm.
No.
No. It's a bit of a face celebration. It boosts morale. You know, we live for quite some time, but not even the Fae can escape death. So on the eve of great battle, we throw what we like to call an eve horizon. Samson and I have had the privilege of being at quite a few, and we tend to eat a lot of pie. I think it's time we dust off those casks, mate. Dare say they've waited long enough to be enjoyed. I'll tell the troops.
Yes.
I'll tell the troops. You all wash up, join us back, and we'll get the party in full swing.
So excited! There's gonna be a party! Yay!
It's like a circus.
It's
great.
It's nothing like a circus. No. Why would you bring that up?
And says, stay on task. We get into the circus.
I can, if we want some performance, I used to know how to play the flute.
Sounds mighty grand. Bring your flute, or do you have one? I think there's a music room in Samson's estate. He has a bit of every instrument.
Okay, I can try, certainly.
That sounds like me.
He never used it.
You just looked at it?
It's more
Just
for
have it?
decoration. Every time he threw a bit of an event or bowl, we would have individuals come and play. But it's been quite some time. Might have to clean it out a bit.
We should make our own band.
I play the flute. Does anyone else play an instrument?
Does anybody else play the flute?
The flute.
No, I know.
The flute.
Inside joke. The flute. Do you play
anyone-
the flute? Do you play the
Does
flute?
anyone play the
Tell me.
lyre?
The lyre? Does anybody play the lyre?
Surely Akron plays something.
Do ya? Or you
Yeah.
simply must play.
Bard, you play everything, yeah?
That's right. I specialize in the grass whistle, but I play a little bit of everything.
The flute, we're going to do kind of like a wind instrument duet with the classical flute and the grass whistle.
Yeah.
It'd be
Grass
lovely.
whistle. The poor man's kazoo. We'll be happy to hear it.
Yeah. Or rich man's whistle.
Can I be drums?
You
I'll
know
use
how to
my
play the
hands.
drums?
All
My
right.
feet.
Is there
Of course
anything that
you
you guys would like to do before this Fae party commences?
Drink?
I'm
Like,
just gonna sneak
pregame?
out this, head out to go check on her family, see how they're doing.
You go and you check on your family. Of course, they're all inside. They have to stay inside because Samson's estate is secure, and their eye situation kind of keeps them indoors. And you see Gwyn kind of. She's got some expensive, what looks like busts of different heads, and you notice it's Samson and Fallon's heads, and she's got them pointed to one another, and she's like, "You like?" "Yes, I like." "Shall we eat? We eat grand dinner. We go to ball and we dance. Yes, we dance big. We dance grand. Oh, I command this army. Oh, you see the armies outside that I command?" And she's just sitting there and she's playing with these busts, and like she's moving the heads back and forth. And one of them, she kind of like moves like Samson's head a little bit too quickly, and it falls forward flat on its face, and like his nose kind of like breaks off and goes skidding across the floor. And she goes, and she sees that you're standing there. "Oh, Rhea, it wasn't me. I didn't do it.
Oh.
It was Mountain." And Mountain just pokes his head out of your pocket, looking down at her. And she just kind of like, He did it earlier when he wasn't in your pocket.
Oh, were you not in my pocket at any point today?
No, he was not. I would know. I know what he says. He doesn't say, but I know what he say.
Well,
She kind of like scurries over, grabs the nose, and just kind of like scoots the bus back against the wall, and just is just kind of like, I'm very hungry. You take me to get food, Rhea?
First, she's gonna cast a little mending on the stone to put the nose back.
The nose just kind of like skids across the floor back up onto the bust, and then you see the cracks just kind of reseam themselves. Oh, well, now that
These
that is
are not
fixed,
toys.
now that that is fixed, it was me. I did it.
Quelle surprise! I had no idea. You are so
I
good
know.
at lying.
It is a curse. Marehead says that I am a bad liar, but I think that she is just she mistake that I am good liar.
No, she is just mom, and moms have superpowers. They know when all of their children are lying.
Do they? No wonder.
That's true.
I
She
bent
takes the
the
bus and
fork
puts
and
them
she
up
knew
on a
about
shelf
that.
very high away from her.
I was playing with the silver and I bent it and she somehow knew. But it was after breakfast. She knows all, Rhea. She sees all and it is not the hag.
No, that is just Marehead. Let's get you snacks, and let's talk about what cannot be played with in this house.
What cannot be what can I play with? Let's talk about what I can play with. And she just kind of like begins skipping down.
Well, that is probably shorter list. Yeah, let's start there.
We can draw in books. And she like begins skipping toward the library.
Ariaria would know from the many conversations we've had on the road that the shingles on the roof are very loose and can be chucked around at will by various ghosts. So Gwyn can probably play with them too.
Aren't those sharp? Didn't we discuss them being
Old
sharp?
enough.
Just cuts her hand.
We've all
As long
seen.
as the-
Go ahead.
I'm pretty sure the house would just get angry if you played with something that you weren't supposed to. So maybe it's fine. Maybe house is fine.
It's like in Kanto, the house is alive.
I really like the idea. Next time Gwyn goes in, Gwyn's like, I feel a little sick. And starts, she is also unaccepted in the house by child has to
Sounds
leave.
just like fuck these kids. Like I don't.
This is why it's a child-free household.
Donna never wanted children.
The breeder's out of here.
All right. So, is everybody ready for party time? Or party time?
Oh, sorry.
Go ahead.
Oh. I was just gonna Luden's off, probably in the woods a little bit, taking naps and shiznit. He's not really
Yeah.
hanging out with anybody.
Perfect. You're taking a nap?
Isn't he,
Okay.
though?
So yeah, Finn notices Luden is missing and he's going to track him. And if he's taking a nap, that's even more perfect because I'm going to surprise him.
Yeah.
Good
Roll a
luck.
stealth check. See if it beats his passive perception.
Hey,
Yeah, well, he's
you don't
napping.
you don't get passive perception if you're asleep. You're
Oh,
napping.
oh,
you
he's
are
asleep?
unconscious.
He's asleep?
He just
Taking
said
a
he was
little nap.
napping. He's
Okay.
napping.
Roll a stealth check.
Okay, guys. Let's hope.
We'll say with advantage since he's sleeping.
Okay. Yay. Okay.
Still doesn't beat it, but okay.
But you're sleeping.
Cynthia's not. Okay, never mind.
Cynthia's- A dirty
no,
20.
No, Luden.
Oh no.
Yeah, what's up?
Luden, you remain asleep.
Cool.
Hold on a second.
Oh no. Why?
Hold on a second. Finalai.
What?
No, why is the music changing?
You begin.
Oh,
Hear the
man,
music,
here we
so
go.
it's a mystery to me.
I want to say anytime Finn does anything, the music goes.
Time Finn does it.
Finn, you begin tiptoeing. You see Luden just laying there, breathing in and out very slowly. And Cynthia is sitting on a rock next to Luden. watching her prince sleep. Her locks of Ludin's hair just kind of tousled in the breeze, and there's a little crack on one of the twigs that you snap. And you just watch as her head just slowly turns all the way around, looking at you. And the mouth just kind of like drops open. And some spiders begin to crawl out of it, down her body, down her dress, the rock, and begin to crawl towards you. And you hear... Go ahead.
Are they like tiny spiders? Just like little black spiders?
Oh, they're like black widows, just kind of coming out, and they're just like, they're massive. You see this kind of massive, like bulbous body kind of coming out and begin to crawl towards you, and you hear in your head,
I like to talk to people in their heads too, Finali. I don't like what you did to my face, Finali. We're not friends, Finali. I see you, Finali. And when you sleep, I will be watching, just like you watch by Ludin.
God, Fate's gonna try to talk back in the doll's head? Can I try to do that? Like, I didn't mean to break your face. It was an accident.
Oh, well, I'm going to mean to break your face, and it won't be an accident. Why don't you turn around and let him sleep?
Oh, he's my friend. He was my friend before he was your friend, Cynthia. And Finn's gonna like
At this point, we'll say that because Finali's talking out loud, that you wake up. That you wake up, Ludin. And like, you blink, Finn, and her head's turned back around looking down at Ludin.
Wait, is the spider gone too?
There are still spiders crawling towards you. You begin to crawl up your boot if you let them.
Ludin, look what Cynthia did! Ah! Just trying to kick the spiders off his boot.
Ludin like gets up, looks over at his doll that's obviously sitting on a rock, looking away from all of this chaos.
It's just smiling like.
Has she been talking you to this whole
faces
time?
And stuff?
He'll get up, just dust himself off. Like, I just came out here to take a nap, Finn. Are you gonna draw on my face or something?
No, not anymore. I was just coming out to check on you, and also, we need to get rid of that thing. Does she talk to you in your mind? Because she just talked to me in my mind.
She talks to everyone, Finn. It's a part. Have you guys not been? She's been saying things this entire time. Come on.
No, Ludin, really, she hasn't. Like, that's the first
Yes,
time
she
I've heard-
has. Oh my god. Like, chill. Why is everybody obsessed with? She's my doll.
Because she threatened me. She's gonna break my face, just like I broke her face.
Well, you shouldn't have broke her face then.
I didn't mean to, though, and now I don't want my face to be broken.
Well, apologize.
I
Finn.
tried.
No, you didn't. I bet you didn't. Cynthia, are you gonna break his face?
Hold on.
Yes, I'm going to break his nose, and his jaw, and his eyes, so that he can't see anymore.
You don't hear anything, of course, Finali.
Yeah, I'm just like staring intensely. Like, what'd she say?
We don't have to do that.
He broke my face, Papa. He broke my face, Papa. He wants to hurt me. Don't let him hurt me again. I need to be safe, Papa.
Ludin starts to slowly reach for his bow, like, and then he'll snap out of it for a second, but like, hey, I think you should stay away from Cynthia, Finn.
Well, look, I can try and mend her, maybe. I know how to mend things.
I think you should stay away from Cynthia Finn. And I think she will have time to calm down. And I think she just needs some time of healing. Okay?
Okay, all right, fine. But if Cynthia's always with you, how am I supposed to hang out with you?
I think we might have to take a couple of days. And just a few days. It's nothing that you did. To me. It's just, Cynthia is, I don't know what I would do if I lost her, she has like this organic hold on me, and I love her. That's the whole thing about it,
Yeah, I'm sure it's very organic.
Yeah.
Okay.
The moment I met her, I just felt attached.
Okay.
Once you get to know her, you'll feel the same thing. I think we all will.
I literally just talked to her, and she said she was gonna break my face.
Maybe that's what has to happen for you to just stay away for a little bit, and you'll be good.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna sit here. How are you doing? I noticed you. Well, you have a bed at Samson's place, but you chose to come out here.
Luda will sit down across from Finn, and he'll get serious, and his face will kind of drop from thinking of Cynthia, and he'll be like, I don't know, I'm just, thinking. I mean, we're about to go to war, so.
Well, yeah, but it'll be okay. We'll be together, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Just afterwards.
What do you mean afterwards? You mean when we have to go back?
Yeah. Yeah. You want me to tell you something? Now that we're friends, I really wasn't going to tell anyone. And you can't tell anyone.
I won't.
First steps in trust, Finn. Okay? So, it seems like the day of the battle, it's going to be my birthday.
Really?
Yeah, I've been doing the math on it.
So, not tomorrow, but the day after tomorrow? That's your birthday?
Yeah. During one of those hours, at least. So. But yeah, it really puts things in perspective, birthdays and everything. And I've just been thinking a lot. And after we get back, how many months do we have left until this thing is over? And what happens to everybody afterwards? So, just thinking. I feel like I have a lot of conversations and things to ask. If people are going to stay with me, and what I can ask of people.
I don't know what's going to happen either after everything's done, but I would think we'd still all keep in contact. I would still think we would be friends, right?
Yeah, we can hope. We're friends now, but we have a lot of, we're kind of on opposing sides of the big issue for me, at least. And I like you, Finn. We're great. And I'm just trying to wrap my head around what that's gonna be like. And how close do we really want to get? Don't get me wrong, I really want to be your friend, Finn. I want to be everyone's friend. This has been great. Y'all are the first friends I've had. But for you, it makes sense. For you, it's a little different. I asked the party to kill Levi with me. That's not something I expect you to do. That's horrible for me to ask you to do, right? And it doesn't really come down to the fact that I asked everyone. It was just for a little bit there, and it might have been the way I asked and the time I asked, but Let me put it this way: the moment that Esperise asked us to kill her dad, I was right there. I'd do anything. The moment she could have asked me to take over the Feywild, I would have been there. Aramir's dad, been there. Samson, gonna save him. If you asked anything of me, I'd do it. Praeria, I'm fighting this war for her, not for me. I don't get anything out of any of these things. It's just, if I ask anybody else anything, after this is over, should I ask anything of anyone else after this is over? I mean, everybody will have their lives back then.
But we don't have to. Well, I mean, it's like once the Seven is vanquished, we could still go on adventures and stuff. It doesn't have to end there. There's plenty of adventures to go on after we save the world.
With a smile, like, yeah, you're right. But yeah, is that all you just needed to?
I just wanted to check up on you, make sure you were okay. I felt like something was off.
Good. Just always thinking, it's nothing new. I'm chill. I'm just.
I mean, I know your mind is like always going and like you're always brooding, but then because we're so used to you always brooding.
I'm what? I'm okay. What you said? Party? We're gonna party or something?
Yes. Are you gonna come?
Yeah.
This can be like your super secret birthday party that nobody knows about except for you and me.
There's no shark, so it's okay though.
We should get shark.
If we get a shark, I will eat the shark with you, Finn.
Okay.
But nobody else. Yeah, actually, and he'll take a little glance over at Cynthia. And I'll be like, "Can I eat the shark with her? Is that okay, Cynthia? Do you want some shark too? I'll give you a big hunk."
But Prey's gonna make it, so like maybe everybody can have a little bit.
One sec, Finn.
You both watch her head nod up and back, like back and forth.
Okay, cool. So yeah, Cynthia says we can eat some shark, so we'll do it.
Okay, that's so exciting. All right.
Hey. Trust. Nobody needs to know.
Nobody needs to know. We're just gonna get a shark because sharks are celebratory and delicious.
Yeah, there you go. And if there's no shark here, it's cool. I'll eat a good berry. You can have a good berry. Cynthia will get a couple of good berries. That's all it needs to know. This is actually my second birthday with you guys. But
wait, really? Wait, how old are you?
Don't worry about it.
Samson keeps saying you're like 12 or something, but I don't think that's right.
Samson thinks I get younger every time he mentions my age, so it's okay. But it's fine. I appreciate you coming and talking with me, though. I do. I really do. Just stay away from Cynthia.
Yeah, okay, I can definitely do that. Also, they mentioned, maybe you should probably know this. It's not great news, and I don't want to ruin your birthday or your pre-birthday party, but they said there might be some kind of dark force in the grove that we're going to. People think it might be one of the Seven, maybe.
Sounds about right.
We might have even more. I want to leave this place. So okay, cool. But that'd be kind of cool to be able to kill one of them on your birthday. It'd be very memorable.
Finn, what?
I mean, I'm just trying to look on the right side.
I don't have glory in battle, Finn. I fight to survive.
Yeah, but you seem like you really like it. Like you get high off of
it. There's like that good adrenaline rush, but this, like, we're fighting with the air. Like, okay, the air of night jacked me up horribly. Okay, so if there's, and that thing's apparently still out there. Whatever the heck.
No, it's not. You killed it.
Did no one tell you?
Yeah,
it's probably still in the world, Ben. We killed it, but it's probably still. We killed it in a dream.
Yeah, but the dream was like really real. Like Lady Vera was in there, so.
All right, Finn. We'll see when we get out. Air fist bump, bro.
Air fist bump.
Booyah.
Okay,
Well, let's go back, and then he'll put Cynthia on his shoulder. And he'll be like, you can go a little.
You'll go on ahead.
There you go. He'll follow behind.
All right, so you all make your way to the camp to enjoy this party that's about to take place. This Eve of Rising. And I think that's where we're going to take our break, and we'll return to this very fun, illustrious Fae party that is about to take place, and some other things as well. So, we're going to go to break real quick. We'll be back in just a moment, so stick around, y'all.
Lamentium, Floortide. These Zodiac-inspired powers and more await you in Stargazer's Guide to Aurora. Available on DriveThru RPG. Destiny is calling, adventurer. Look unto the heavens. Your story is in the stars.
Well, hello there. Of course you came to the grand dwarven city of Digbrand to see me. Ma Belle Pebblegrit, tale extraordinaire to kings, queens, heroes, and legends. Have you gazed upon my latest masterpieces? Yes, this one for you. Don't you see how it calls to you, speaks your name? You are gorgeous, darling. The colors, the line work, the gods weep in the presence of your beauty. No one has looked more stunning in a pebble grit design. Please, I cannot bear to gaze upon your perfection for too long. You can find this mesmerizing merch at inkinliar.com. Go and unleash your fabulosity today and help support Inkinliar. Do stop by my shop again. You simply must tell me about all that adventuring thing. Well, ta-ta, darling.
From the pocket to the table in seconds. Never forget your 1020 at home. Only at mitherolarmory.com.
Extra, extra, read all about it!
What's that you've got there, mister?
Why, this right here is 9 Realms Gaming.
9 Realms Gaming?
That's right, top-notch gaming accessories made from some of the finest woods this side of the city has to offer. We got your dice vaults, we got your dice towers, dice trays, hero vaults, you name it.
Oh my!
Careful now, don't swoon into traffic. You can mosey on down to their website now. Use exclusive partner code LYRE10 to get 10% off your purchase.
What was that code again?
That's LYRE10. LYRE10 at 9realmsgaming.com. Hurry, they're selling like hotcakes.
Back. We are back. All right. Let's get back into it. So, Ludin and Finn, you begin making your way back to the camp, and as you near it, you immediately begin to hear just a flourish of music. Fiddles and flutes and just clapping. The vibe of this entire camp, this house, was very kind of sullen and, you know, everyone was a little bit tense. And it is completely the opposite now. You see people holding hands, skipping, dancing around, digging their heels into the dirt, moving their wrists. The rest of you all kind of exit out of Samson's house, and you see a variety. You see the same thing. You, as a whole, you actually see Muriel. She is sitting down at a desk, or at a table. She looks to be kind of like very clumsily flipping through a deck of cards. And she just is kind of turning each one over, looking at each face and going to the next one, and just kind of she kind of makes different expressions. Somebody sits down in front of her and she begins to have a conversation with them, and she kind of claps her hands and she flips over some cards, and she takes a book to the side and begins to read through and begins to speak to this individual with who knows what is going on. You also see Samir. He has a bow. He's with a group of people, and they're shooting at targets, and they look to be doing different feats. Not necessarily like archery, but like show off. Like some of them are blindfolding themselves. Some of them are, doing it behind their backs. Like they're getting really fancy. You see one of the fiddlers get up and they take their bow and they kind of like almost cartoon style pull it back within the strings of the bow and launch it off until it hits the target, and everyone's laughing and drinking. And then you see a very excited young redcap with kind of large bat-like ears and a fuchsia long hat, and he's painting the torso of one of the satyr soldiers' muscle torso down the side. And despite the redcap's kind of scraggly appearance, the work that he has painted on this torso is quite impressive. The side of the satyr's torso kind of looks like tree branches kind of wrapping up and around where his bone is, and it looks like it's a rib cage of vine and root. Very illusionary looking kind of painting that kind of goes up, and then along the shoulder you see these kind of dark flowers just kind of all around the neck and up the side of the face. And that is what you all see as you kind of exit this house. You see Ludin and Finn, and everyone's kind of regrouped in this merriment that is happening. Drinks are being poured, and everyone's having a great time.
Ludin, you have to show them up. Go show them up in archery.
Maybe. If I get a little more drunk or something.
Yeah, you know what? I was thinking the exact same thing. We should get drunk and then do archery.
We need to get drunk!
If I can say, I would love to have taken Akron aside, and can we both be getting torso paintings together?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So you guys can decide what you want to do. So Akron and Esprit want to do painting, torso painting. Okay.
Yeah, I'll go archery. Why not? It is built for me. I feel like.
I wanna go do archery with Ludin.
With your passive investigation, Ludin and Samson and Akron, I think it's fairly obvious. Everyone notices, like, Muriel, it looks like she's giving tarot readings, fortune readings, but she certainly doesn't look like she knows what she's doing. She's like consulting a book. But that's what Muriel's doing.
Stand far away from that.
I'm gonna go with that.
Yeah, Prey will also go get a reading. Let's go.
Yeah, let's talk. Let's find out how successful we're gonna be.
Yeah.
All right. So to start, let's do, I guess, torso painting. Well, I guess we'll start there. Torso painting with Akron and Esperise. You guys wander over to this red cap, and he finishes up on the satyr, and he looks at you, and he goes, "You come for paint?"
Yes.
Yes. We come for paint.
Lump paint good. Paint your tum, paint your face, paint your leg, paint your ass. Lump paint all places. You tell Lump where to paint and what you want, and Lump paint.
Lump is very excited.
Does it are these paintings like artistic pieces, or are these magical pieces, aesthetic or arcane?
He said he just finished up on some. What do they look like?
The one that the one that he just finished up on, it looks very similar to kind of like our t-shirt, where like the rib cage looks like vines and branches kind of coming across, and then like kind of rose kind of blossoming up the neck.
Okay. Are they magical? Like Let Us Recess, or is it just purely for?
It's aesthetic. It's war paint.
Fantastic.
But I
Well-
would happily give you +4 temporary hit points for it.
Just for
love-
tonight when we, I don't know, get blasted in the head at this party.
Well, listen, if Samson's getting drunk, it's only a matter of time before someone dies. So we should prepare for that.
Lump paint. What lump paint? Lump paint where? What lump want?
You know what, Lump? Your enthusiasm is infectious. Akron's gonna throw his arms up and will the armor to just shrink down as small as possible and just get as nude as he possibly can and be like, I am your canvas. Do your best work.
Lump paint everywhere.
Lump paint everywhere.
Lump paint everywhere. And he just
Make
grabs
me
his
your
brushes
masterpiece, Lump.
and he just like, Lump decide, or you decide.
How about we both decide, like a collaborative kind of process? You know what? You do your thing, and I'll just give you notes.
Okay.
I'll just make little suggestions every now and again.
So Lump begins to, Lump is very excited. He begins to grab all of his paints. And he also takes different bits of dried flowers and stuff, and he begins to paint these kind of vines, these kind of woven, very intricate woven vines up the side of your arms and your legs. And he begins taking these dried flowers and begins to press the flowers into the dried paint and kind of wrapping them up against your skin. And along your neck, he paints thorns, and he takes these very sharp kind of painted thorns and begins to place them all around your neck, kind of like a necklace halo. And he paints these kind of almost dripping, they're coming out of your neck, these various colored paints kind of dripping down out of these thorns from your neck area. And unless you have any other notes or what you would like to add, that is what he paints.
Nah, that is perfect. I feel like a warrior, Lump.
Lump paint warriors. Lump paint great warriors to fight. Lump paint butt cheeks too. Lump paint Elrix's face on butt cheeks.
Yes.
Message, Lump.
So shit come out of Elrix's face. Cause Elrix is shit.
Lump, you are a true artist. One of a kind.
Wants Lump to paint Elrix's on butt?
I want to point out that Lump knows that Akron is a human because Fae, they don't crap. So
that's right. They don't shit. So
this is a one of a kind, Akron. This is one of a kind.
I have opportunity to make shit come out of Elrix's mouth with his mortal buns.
For forever, but he can.
I'm the only one that can make this happen right now. Of course, you can paint your masterpiece on my ass.
Ooh, and he goes to paint Elrix's face on your ass, so that the next time you take a poop, Elrixis will literally be vomiting up your shit.
All right, fantastic. That's definitely going in my notes. Has painted.
Lump is so proud. He signs his name on your left butt cheek, and he just kind of leans back, his hands on his hips, big smile from ear to ear, and he goes, Lump's greatest work.
Well, Lump,
Truly
I'm
Lump's
going
greatest
to
work.
have to ask you to level up because I am next.
Level
True.
up. Lump do best. What does pretty lady want?
Oh, well, thank you very much. I would like, and she's gonna unfold her vestments. On the back there, she's got her wings fold around her waist so it looks like a delicate golden tattoo around her waist. And she wants her whole upper back and neck to be covered with something. Do you think you could do some kind of tribute to the flower of the Ritanawe family?
Which one?
The literal flower, not the person. I feel like I was thinking of doing a great big portrait of Prearia, but I think she would hate that.
flower back. Lump
Just
paint
long
on wings.
flower along the black, maybe dripping with blood, perhaps.
Dripping blood flower.
Wearing a crown, dripping with blood.
Lump-like direction, lump paint, blood flower, drip, yes. So lump, like it tickles a little bit and he begins to paint very quickly along your back. It's very cold and he kind of paints along your shoulders and like there are various, like the same flower that you've seen Praeria take out, kind of like up along the back of your arms. As you kind of stand in like a T-pose, up along the back of your arms and down your shoulder blades. You feel kind of like, you can't really see it, but Akron can see it. Akron, you see like these flowers just kind of dripping down, almost like wisteria kind of like falling down and glowing. He begins to use kind of like this kind of glowing paint that kind of pulses light, and he begins to paint that along the pistils within the center of the flower with little specks that kind of come off of it, and they begin to glow as well.
That's a beautiful pigment. Is there any way you could incorporate that into the ass painting for my friend?
Want ass to glow?
For Akron, would you like your ass to glow?
I would want nothing. I want nothing more than that right now. Absolutely, I want my ass to glow.
All right, lie down next to me. Lie down next to me.
Okay.
Akron, you lie down next to her, and he looks at you. Pretty lady, want ass to glow?
Wait, are you talking to me or to Akron? Because he is a pretty man.
Well, he's basically asking, like, are you both? Is this both happening to both of you, or is it just Akron?
Oh, do we want matching glowing asses? Is what he's asking.
Are we going to get matching paintings?
Are we gonna do it? Are we gonna
Are
do
we
it?
going to be bad?
Are we gonna?
I think we're going to be bad, Akron.
I think we're gonna do it.
If you do it, I'll do it if you do it, but only if
You do it if I. Oh, see, now you're putting it on me. This was your idea.
Okay, I'm going to do it.
Okay, if you do it, I'll do it.
Okay. We're going
let's
to
do
do it, Lam.
Lum's just like, we'll make it so when you smush together, it one painting.
Absolutely.
And he begins to kind of like smush you together, and he begins to paint over both of you, so that like if you were to stand next together, your two butt cheeks are standing next together, it would be one full painting.
Elrixis, right?
Of Elrixis, yeah. It's more along the line because he didn't anticipate that you guys would get a matching butt painting. So like, on Akron's butt, it's Elrixis's face, and then it kind of like it's like her neck is kind of like tilted to the side, and it's kind of going off, like her shoulders and like her chest area is kind of like bleeding over onto your butt, and she's just kind of like that with her mouth open.
Amazing.
And then above you, like above yours, Esperice, there's kind of like blood dripping off of your flowers onto Elrixis's neck, just kind of cutting across the side of it.
Perfect.
And I don't know, how did we get here, guys?
I don't know, but Akron's gonna try really hard not to sweat, so that way it stays.
Yes.
Oh,
You will be standing the rest of the
this is
evening,
war
or
paint.
lying
It's
face
sweat
down.
proof. It's sweat.
Incredible.
It's war paint. You don't have to worry about that.
Greatest timestamp of all time. I already put in the chat that we take timestamps during the episode to help us when we're editing stuff. And we now have the timestamp. Lauren imitates Elrixis's gaping mouth on Akron's ass. For later reference.
How long do these
Screen
tattoos
saver right
stay?
They're painted tattoos. They'll last through the fight and the battle, but like you can put your clothes on. And
I'm gonna
like,
cast Disintegrate using the spell focus of my ass paint.
Yes.
You definitely have to at least moon Elrixis once during the battle.
Oh yeah,
You'll
no.
get a
Me and
surprise
Akron together.
attack.
Are you ready? 3, 2, 1.
We'll say you both have 10 temporary hit points.
Fantastic. Yeah, no, we're gonna take a full round action to just moon Elrixis. if that's not a cutting words or something, if that doesn't give her disadvantage or something, have to use a legendary resistance.
All right, is anyone, what's next? We got archery and fortune telling. Is anybody joining Luden with archery?
I'm gonna go shoot archery. I'm gonna be very drunk while I do it, but I'm gonna do so. I don't know how to follow that up, but go ahead.
Follow up the ass painting? No one does. No one does. Samson, you stagger over. It's very clear that you have downed at least like 4 or 5 drinks already. You are just happy as ever, and you waltz up to Luden, who is walking up to Samir, who's just kind of standing very nonchalant, leaning against a very large longbow, and he looks at you all as you approach, and he goes, "Come to try your hand?"
Yeah, I think I'm gonna try it out real quick. Let me. Just stretch.
I'm gonna use the bow. So yeah, it's gonna be great.
Samir kind of looks at you, Luden, and he says, "Heard you're pretty good with the bow."
I shoot a little bit, you know. The thing I do, I don't know.
Shall we make a bet then?
Yeah.
What you got?
Yeah.
Let's say if I win, I get something from you. How
Luden
about
looks over
I
at
get?
Samson.
Let's make it fun. How about I get the color of your eyes?
Don't do it, Luden. You have beautiful eyes.
What do I get if I win?
What do you want? Do you want the color of my eyes?
No. I want something that makes me hit harder, or magic, or. Luden starts like everything has gotten so much more interesting. He goes, "Do you have any special arrows?"
I brush Samir's shoulders like, give him the fire arrows. He loves fire arrows.
No. I want exploding
yeah.
arrows.
Yeah, the exploding fire
You got
arrows. Give him
exploding
those.
arrows?
How about this? If you win, I'll give you something real special from the vault. Something that you can use in battle.
Deal. Sure. I mean, it's
But-
eyes. It's colors. What? Who cares?
I get to pick your eye colors if I win, though.
Okay. Sure.
Vault's worth it. Do it. Do
Yeah,
it.
why not? Who cares?
Yeah.
He smiles.
Eye colors.
Well, then, by all means, please, guests go first.
Okay, I can see
No.
you guys didn't want to bet with me. That's fine. I don't think I was gonna win anyway. Oh no, it's fine. It's
No,
fine.
what terms do you have, Samson? I've made my
Yeah,
terms.
what do you want?
Samson's gonna like stumble a little bit and be like, recreational. It's fine. I don't need to bet right now. It's cool.
Recreational.
Oh,
Yeah.
you've enticed me now.
I swear, Samson.
No.
Let me.
How about
what
this,
does
Samson?
Samson have?
If I win, I get to stay the night.
All right, I'm gonna go get prepared because this is like between y'all. So let me.
No,
Luden's
you
gonna
know
go
what?
back and start stretching.
You know what, Samir? You've always been welcome to my house. There's no real bet there.
Luden, oh my god.
So Samir and Samson are having this like deep conversation in the back. This like twunk is just doing the split here to do some archery.
All right. So, are we shooting at 60 feet or 90 feet? Now, if we are shooting at 90 feet, it will take a shot of 30 in order to make a bullseye.
Okay.
That's it. That's 60 feet.
No, that's at 90 feet. So we can either play at 60 or 90 feet. We take 3 shots, and whoever has the most points wins.
90 feet, baby. Let's do it.
Are we doing 90 feet?
Yeah, I mean, like I can shoot up to 600 feet, so I can take it all the way back to freaking the estate if we need be.
All right. 90 feet. Pretty confident. I like confidence.
I'm I'm just trying to be like you, bro. That's all it is. I'm just trying to get like you. I'm just trying to see what you can do. You know, you got this, man. It gives a fist bump or something like that. Yeah, you got it.
Right. Well, guess first. Go ahead and take a shot. 3 shots for us each.
Okay, so are we gonna, let's all do 1 shot so I can see, like, you know what I mean? So I'll do the first one, you can do the second one, Samson do the third one, and then we keep going like that. How does that sound?
What if we all shoot at the same time? Just like,
Sure. It won't be hard to distinguish my arrows, and Ludin will pull out the Archbane. And honestly, for the first time in a long time since we've been in the Feywild, I've been using mostly like actual arrows. Ludin will go ahead and start pulling back the arrow, and you guys see Ermir's magic start to appear on the bow. Because he'd be like, the good old little help from a friend. And so I will take my shot and hopefully hit for this first one. Oh my god, I haven't done this in so long. There, and click, attack, normal. Natty.
Ooh, natural 20! 31! What does this bullseye look like?
Ludin will, he'll think for a second back to his first time when he was training with everyone, like when he pulls back the arrow for a second, and he'll be like, he'll start letting it go back in, because in the air magic starts to disappear. He's like, hey Samson, hopefully you remember this one, but I think I perfected it. He'll throw up one arrow into the air, run forward, and barrel roll like he did the first time against the snowman like 50 episodes ago. Pull it back and actually shoot it before it hits the before the arrow comes back down. It goes onto the bullseye, and the other arrow, instead of him catching it and going back, it lands back into the quiver, and he just goes, ta-da!
That is quite impressive. I see that the rumors were true. You are quite a skilled marksman. Power to you, sir.
Thank you.
It looked to me like it crossed the line, but that's neither here nor there.
I stepped back.
No, Samson.
You're drunk.
No, it was very.
Samson's the guy at the fucking bowling alley who's like, he's not wearing the shoes. You have to wear the shoes, otherwise the shot doesn't count.
No, it was very, very cool. I think we let it stand.
Thank you. And he'll click the Archbane, and he'll put it back in his frog, and he'll walk back and be like, your turn.
I also rolled a natural 20, but mine's only a 28.
Well, yours is a disadvantage because you're drunk.
That's not nice. You should have said so before.
I mean, you're drunk. You said so before.
It's a 15 in that case.
All right, you hit the 4th ring, so you get 1 point.
I give it one of these, like, because I'm not a good marksman.
Go ahead, Samson. Ludin will give him a high five. Like,
a high five.
Samir looks at you, Samson, and he says, the last ring? I think you need a couple more drinks. Perhaps it'll get you closer to the center, mate.
I don't plan to hit the target at all next time.
Wow.
Samson, you're making my dreams come true. By the end of this, everyone, and I mean everyone in this party, is going to have a bow. And he just slowly looks over at Esperise, who's getting her butt tattooed, and he just kind of look back very quickly and be like, what is... Okay, let's keep going.
It's like Esperise and Akron are like holding hands as they're getting their butts spit.
He doesn't understand.
No, they're getting a tattoo, but they're just being painted. Like nothing painful is happening.
You watch as Samir takes his arrow, and he kind of aims, and he looks at you, and he lets go, and it hits the first ring. It's not a bullseye, but he hits the first ring, and he goes...
Does he look at Ludin, or does he look at Samson?
He looks at Samson.
Okay.
And he hits the first ring, but he doesn't get a bullseye. And he goes, maybe next time I'll get the bullseye. But the first ring isn't the worst.
I didn't know you could shoot a bow.
I can. And I can play the fiddle pretty mean as well.
Ludin will look over at Akron while he's talking to Samson. He'll be like, and he'll just mouth the words, "How about some inspiration?" over to Akron.
This
Look,
is this in the midst of the painting?
Yes. Yes, he saw where you were with Esperise, steeled the courage as they were talking. You just did, "How about some inspiration?" And he'll get back to it and go like, give him a little wink.
All right. I'll very subtly, he'll like flick a seed over your way, and have it land on you and like bloom just ever so slightly into like maybe like a little bracelet or something.
Yeah, Ludin will just, keep his back turned as he takes one more and be like, "Ha!" and try and hide it. And fire the arrow.
As you pull back the little, it's like little like a little vine bracelet. It kind of like spins, like wraps around your fingers and like goes onto the arrow and adds the inspiration.
And for the first time, I guess ever, Ludin sees both Akron and Uramir's magic kind of mix, which is very nice dramatic irony that we have going on here. And yeah, so I'm gonna take my second shot. Where is it? There it is. And is it a D8?
Yeah.
Cool. Well, I got. If it's a D8, is it D8? Well, screw it. It doesn't really matter. Because I have a +1 bow, and that's not really added to these rolls.
Yes,
so it's a 30.
You got it.
You got another bullseye.
I'm gonna lean over to Samir and be like, "I didn't know we were allowed to cheat, but I guess that's all right."
It's just playing the game.
He said there were no. I didn't have any rules.
He kind of leans over to you, Samson, and his face gets close to your ear, and he says, "Perhaps your friend's a little bit more fey than he realizes."
Perhaps. I give a little finger wave. I'm gonna cast Fairy Fire on the target. So that
Heck yeah!
So that I can just roll with advantage and get a straight roll.
And he laughs. Samir just kind of laughs and he goes, "It's almost as if you forgot the rules, lad."
It's been a long time. I fire at it. Ding. Another 15.
Another 15 with advantage?
Best. Well, it's advantage and disadvantage.
Oh, so it's just regular for you.
Straight roll.
So you get the fourth ring again, and Samir just guffaws this loud laugh as he watches you get the last ring again, which is 1 point.
You know what? I'm doing my best. Don't normally shoot arrows. Don't have to.
One time on the fireworks?
It's quite amazing that you're actually able to hit it at all with how inebriated you are.
Thank you.
And he just kind of laughs and smiles, and he takes an arrow out from the quiver to his right, and he pulls back again, and he will shoot.
I drop Fairy Fire, so he
That
doesn't
is
get advantage.
a natural 20 on his first roll.
Right now. Why are we not rolling this good during actual combat?
Is he looking at me again? Is he looking at me again?
Yes, he looks at you again and he's smiling. He puts his arm behind his head, pulls the arrow back, looks at you, launches, and it just goes straight through the board halfway through. Bullseye.
Why is he looking at me like that?
No!
I don't.
Bro, the deal you must have made must have been real good, but I mean, I don't know.
You think he likes me like that? I mean, it's been a long time.
Do you think he likes? I mean,
it's hard to know.
Okay, Samson, you got this, bro. Here, take one of these, and he'll give him a +1 arrow.
Last round.
Maybe that'll help you out a little bit. And Ludin will pull out a +1 arrow himself, and because he didn't use the Bardic Inspiration last time, because he didn't need it, he's also gonna cast Zephyr Strike on himself. He's gonna run back 30 feet,
I
And
guess
then-
Fairy Fire so he roll with advantage.
I already roll with advantage. Hold it. And he runs up, jumps into the air, and this time, regardless of if it is enveloped into regardless, he uses the inspiration and fires it with like the highest jump that he can shoot. And I'm rolling with advantage plus my D8. So let's see what that hits. So that is 26 plus a D8. 33.
That is another bullseye.
Give him a golf
3
clap.
bullseyes in a row. 3 bullseyes in a row.
I just like items or things that can help me.
I
with
dare
life.
say, I don't think I could win even if I got a bullseye. However, I do relish the idea of beating Samson, so...
I'm
He's
gonna go
kinda-
ahead and
Fire away.
and fire away again with a +1.
Yeah.
13.
You miss.
Like it was the arrow, Samson. I screwed. I think he should get another shot. I actually, that was not even the right type of arrow that I gave him. It was a human arrow, and you know how finicky those can be.
You know what, Loon, you're an admirable man and a great friend, and I don't think it was you. I think it was the liquor. But regardless,
Samir goes and takes his last shot. And he looks... He misses, but it looks like he misses on purpose, and the arrow goes wide, and he just kind of like laughs under his breath. Dare say you won, mate. 3 straight bullseyes. Very impressive.
Thank you. Thank you very much. You did great too. If you don't mind, if we have a couple more bows, I'd love to get Samson practicing a little bit more. And I think the Queen is the last member, or no, I need 3 bows. The Queen, Esperise, and Samson are the last 3 members of this party. I'm going to make them archers before this is all over. It is going to be amazing.
Well, if you're able to make Samson an archer, I dare say that would be a feat. No one's been able to do it. He doesn't quite take to the bow. Doesn't like it quite as much.
Oh, yeah, apparently all it takes is a few drinks. I can handle that.
Speaking of which, you're far too sober. You're far too sober.
Sober.
You're far
Far-
too sober. Let me get you a drink, mate.
Yeah, we all need to be very, very drunk.
Ludin will like kind of look over at Samson and be like, "Am I allowed?" He'll also mouth, "Am I allowed to drink
Yes.
wine?"
I put my arm around Ludin. I give him like a noogie, and then I take him over to where all the wine is, and I say, "We gotta get very drunk before we go to the river with all of our friends." And then I drag him over to the wine.
Okay.
You
I
drag him
guess.
over.
I don't give Ludin Fey wine because it wouldn't work for him, right? But I give him like
horrible.
yeah, I give him like regular rum, regular whiskey that I always carry with me.
I will say, Ludin does look at all of the Fey wine, and he takes all the empty potion bottles of all the potions of healing that he's drank throughout the entire campaign, and just starts filling them up with Fey wine. And then he puts them back on his belt, and he'll put them back in the bag of holding. He'll be like, "I'll hold this for later," and keep going.
Lovely.
Yes.
Let's go over to Finali and Praeria next, as you guys all begin to drink and be merry in this wonderful Fae celebration. Finali and Praeria.
Hi, Muriel. How are you doing?
Oh, I'm doing wonderful. Usually these kind of celebrations are really kind of dismal. I mean, I've never participated and I always thought them dismal, but they're wonderful. Everyone's so happy even though we might all die.
None of us are gonna die. I mean, he looks at
Right,
Prey
and
like,
no one is going to die.
Do you want to know? I can tell you if you want. I got these cards. Somebody brought them back from the material plane, and I've been reading through, and I've been giving. I'm not really good at it, but I've been giving people readings.
well, if you're as skilled as making drinks as you are doing this, then I'm sure you're fine. You're great.
So I'm an expert. I am an expert. You're right. Maybe I was born with this gift.
Well, Frey, go on ahead. You're the queen, so.
Would you like to? Yes. Would you like to know? Would you like to know a specific question, or would you like your past, your present, and your future?
Let's do past, present, future.
All right.
She begins to shuffle the cards. Roll a D100 for me 3 times.
Okay. First one. 78.
Okay.
Second
Just
one.
go ahead and do them all.
70. Last one. 32.
78. Okay, we'll start there. she for your past, she draws what looks to be like a pillar. For your present, she draws again, it looks like a crown. And for your future, she draws once more and it looks like a potion. And she just begins to frantically flip through her book because she's new at this. She has no idea. So she's flipping through her book and she goes,
Okay. So for your past, the pillar means stability. It's kind of holding things together, providing a solid foundation for others. Everything was stable and wonderful, and you just had everything together. That's your past. Your
Correct so
future.
far.
It's the crown. The crown, or no, your present. Your present, it's the crown. So rulership and exercising authority. Look at that! I am amazing at this. So it's like you discovered in your present that you were meant to be a queen, and you just knew, and you exercised your authority, and you stepped into the plate because you knew that you had this big ambition that you had to fall into and just fulfill, and that's why you got the crown.
Ferrari just thinks about how she came here for murder and vengeance. Like, you're doing wonderfully.
and she flips over to your future and she goes,
Okay. 32. The flute. That's lightheartedness and whimsicality. So you're gonna be really happy and lighthearted while you murder everyone in a couple days, and it's gonna make you really happy as you take back your throne, and maybe some whimsical butterflies are gonna fly around you as you slaughter the traitorous Shade Witch.
She just smiles at you.
You create quite the story from these cards.
And also, we're celebrating throughout the night, so it could mean that as well.
Well, I will take any celebration where it comes. Thank you, Mirel. That was wonderful.
I think that your future is very, very bright. I'm very
As is
excited
yours.
for you. I don't know, I've drawn a couple cards that I don't think really fit what's going on, but I think it's better that I do readings for other people.
Well, let's see. Laya, your turn.
Oh, okay. Well, Praise was a really good reading, so I'm excited about mine. Okay, I have a question. And Finn's gonna lean forward and glance over to the the body painting tables where Reese is, and just kind of think about the
out.
Yeah, ass out. Just look quickly away and think about the kiss and be like, "Whoa, my light just went." Okay, Mario. How is me and Reese? How is that gonna go for future things? I just want to
Is this a relationship question that you wish to answer?
I mean, it's kind of. I mean, we're not in a really official relationship yet, but We like each other.
So
I like her.
So you want to know?
He likes me too.
You want to know how your future relationship will turn out with Miss Esperise?
She kind of leans in, you know.
Exactly.
Oh, look at the painting on her butt. Is that Elrix's neck?
I don't know. I didn't look at it closely because I just now saw that I was out.
A lot of people are looking. Actually, both of them. Huh. Ooh. Oh, I'm sorry. Your question? Oh, yes. So that's what you wish to. Okay. Roll a D100.
Okay. Very excited. Hopefully.
My most trusted war generals. Ass out. At the party.
Okay. It's kind of blocking me right now. The players. Okay, there we go. All right. 50.
Okay. She flips over the card and she goes, ooh, the javelin. Flip. The javelin means competitiveness, consistently pushing for greater results. So maybe in your future, this relationship, you guys are both gonna compete against one another. Who can be more powerful or more greater, or perhaps you will maybe. I'm not really sure.
What do you mean you're not sure? I mean, you have the future in my hands, Muriel. You have to tell me.
Greater results. Greater results. Perhaps the greater results are the results of your relationship. Perhaps it's not necessarily just competitiveness, but you guys both of you push each other to be your greater selves. And in doing so, you achieve your greater selves. Yes, that's what I see. That is what I see. It was foggy before, but now it's all clear to me now, as if someone was explaining it to me in my head. Like a voice.
Do you hear voices, Muriel? If so, you should really listen to them, because that sounds about right.
No, not necessarily a voice, but I just feel it when I look at cards. I just feel it.
Well, we're gonna make sure everybody else comes to your table.
I want to read everyone's future.
Okay, so now I know how to advance. Awesome.
Maybe through competitiveness, that's how you become your greater selves.
Maybe. I don't know what we're competing for or against, but yeah, okay.
The future is not always as clear as you think it might be. You are the variable that needs to fill in.
Okay. Yeah, sure. That makes sense. Right, Prey?
Of course. Anything you want, you must make happen.
Awesome. Finn's gonna take like a few gold coins out of his pocket and like put them down on the table. Here you go.
Oh, you didn't have to pay me. This is all fun and, but thanks. I'll take it.
Do you use these in the Feywild?
Yes.
Okay.
We found 10,000 gold pieces inside of Elrix's castle.
That's right, we did.
The rest of you finish up what you're doing. Does anybody else want their fortune read as you all regroup?
Prey, we gotta go get body painted.
Exactly like that? Or like...
No, I don't want Elrixis on my butt.
Okay, yes, we can do that.
I'll probably also go convene over at...
Wait. Finn, Prearia, take a look. Akrin, are you ready? I put our hips next to each other.
You're muted, Brennan.
Oh, yeah. Are you ready?
3,
2, 1.
Matches!
You just see like Elrixis just like like painted over from Esperise's butt onto Hagrid's butt.
just like her.
I cannot wait to see her face. If she gets to see this.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be great.
High or low? Should we be fighting her completely in the nude or?
No.
Everyone,
We'll find a nice moment for you to flash.
I have had a bit to drink. And I feel good.
Not enough.
Well,
Not enough.
Not enough. Okay, let's drink some more. Everybody, and he'll take out and give everybody some either rum or I guess Fey wine for all the Fey people and rum for me and Ben.
Yes.
Yeah.
To the
Toast.
silent.
Silent.
And he'll
Do the silent, yeah.
Do this
Woo.
silent.
To the silent.
to the silent.
The rest
You
of
guys.
the people behind you cheering.
Oh, everyone. We need to try to find a celebratory shark.
Why?
Oh, why?
To the
It's
river.
because that's what you do when you celebrate.
Do we? I'm sorry. So I am familiar with the fact that the Feywild is kind of like a map of the material plane, but just off, right? We are not near the sea at this point.
Yeah, but Samson said there's a river. Maybe there's a shark in the river.
River
we do have to go to the. We do have to go to
River
the river.
Shark rivers.
Can't we
Bull-
just
be a
bull
pull
shark in the
something into a
river?
shark?
River sharks.
Maybe
What's
there's
up, river?
bull sharks at the river.
Bull shark.
Bull
It's like a half
shark.
bull, half shark. Cool.
Oh my
It's
god.
like a
half bull
minotaur, but
shark.
also a mermaid.
Yeah, yeah.
This is gonna show up in a Stargazer's to Aurora Beast compendium.
The creature name is just birthday shark, and it's TR25.
Feywild.
Yeah. Samson's gonna grab a bottle of wine and said, "Come on, let's go!" And he'll grab a whole bottle of rum and start walking towards the river.
Let's go.
You all begin making your way to this to the river nearby.
He was like holding
Yeah,
it out for
Grace
him.
is
Like,
like
"Come on, follow
walking
the
backwards
alcohol."
half the time and just showing fit. Like, here's my back painting, and here's my ass painting. Akron has one too, and just like
It's-
pointing at everything we had done.
Luden's he's sufficiently transitioned to drunk Luden at this point. So he is not walking straight. He's also still eyeing the like archer stuff, and the farther they're getting away, he's just still aiming a little bit, and he's gonna try and probably take a shot when we get like all the way to the tree line, maybe like 300 or 400 feet away. But he's gonna take another one because he's actually a better archer when he's drunk. Y'all remember he shot with his eyes closed and still got it.
Rolling with disadvantage would say otherwise, but
Oh,
what are
he can do
you
disadvantage
what are you
too.
With
shooting?
disadvantage the other time, it's just you could have killed somebody.
You did that good.
I'm just shooting the targets. Just the targets. I'm not shooting anybody.
Okay.
If there's an apple on somebody's head, he'll probably aim at that on the way back, but we'll yeah.
We'll get there when we get
No.
there.
Don't do that.
So I got a 24
You definitely hit whatever you're shooting at.
or 25.
Yay! Did you kick their ass, Luden?
Guys.
We'll just say like somebody was holding their drink and you shoot the drink and they're just about to take a sip of it and it just shatters and they're like,
Luden's like, we gotta go.
Look at that.
We have to go. We need to go. He'll start running back like it farther and like like he'll feel like Finn for a second there. That's the closest he's ever been.
The closest to that.
Yeah.
Is anyone not drunk? You have to be drunk.
It's the only way to catch the bull shark.
I pour Akron another drink because just getting there.
I think
my
Gray and
tolerance
Reese
is-
need another drink too.
That's breeze.
Why not?
I pour them both shots. All the
Oh,
shots.
I think I'm okay.
No, you're not.
My
No,
ex?
you have to be. Are you drunk?
Wait. I could be more drunk, I suppose.
You could always be more drunk. Yeah.
Okay.
Drink it up.
We have to be like not drunk enough to like get the bull shark.
Yes, because we do have to. Why are we getting shark exactly? That's his
Oh.
birthday.
Because
event,
it's
yes?
it's for like a celebration.
Celebrate like anniversary celebration.
Basically, we could all die, so like we might as well celebrate with this because we could all die. So like everybody's birthday could be today because
It's Samson's birthday today.
I was doing some math. I think my birthday might have been this afternoon. Like, I want to say that when I said that my brother would only grovel before his father because his father could not earn his respect any other way but mind control, I think that was my birthday.
Wait, really?
I think so. Because I think, Prearia, your birthday would have been just yesterday. My birthday was today.
It's everyone's birthdays?
No, because, we are one after another for a
Akron.
while. I don't know whose is next.
When's
I
your
have to check my notes. Should I do this?
I
No, it's
literally
just-
have no idea.
It's literally everyone's birthday, so let's get a
It's-
birthday shark for everybody.
Out of character, it's fine if you check your notes. Ludin never told you his birthday. He never told anyone.
Did
his birthday.
Ludin never tell
He was
Esperis
the only
his birthday?
person. He didn't tell anybody his birthday.
I feel like Esperis would have
it's another
checked
work
when
day.
his birthday was. She
I
really
promise
never
you,
asked him?
Never asked. It's another work day for Ludin.
Okay.
No one knows. He's like, yeah, check your notes.
All right. I think
go.
there is somebody else involved, but I don't know. I don't have anything else written there. But I know Prearia and I have already passed, and then I know we have some winter as well. You're Frostwain, I know, all this kind of thing, but that's a while from now.
Yeah. Go get some sharks and see if a bull shark.
And we could get some mushrooms too. I'll collect mushrooms on the way there.
Oh, Akron, when is your birthday?
Your birthday's today. That's Greece. Y'all birthday of booty taps.
I've never celebrated a birthday before.
Akron is also a Libra. I'm gonna put that out there. Akron is also a Rustium, so his birthday would be near my birthday if he knew what his birthday was.
Sure.
Do we have everyone? Ludin, what was
He's
yours?
a beautiful man.
Let's go get some shark. The river! Look at it!
The eve of rising.
guys-
River shark.
Very drunk, make your way towards this river. You arrive and you do see some creatures swimming around in it. You see what essentially looks like a beaver with like dragon wings, just kind of like bursting out of the water, flapping and then diving back in.
Aw,
That's not a river shark.
it's so cute.
It's the flying fish beaver. What else is there? Samson!
Samson, when we get to the river, Samson walks into the river, takes off his shirt, and as if he may have done this thousands of times, walks in the river, dunks his head, comes up, throws his hair back so it all lays on the back of his shoulders.
Little Mermaid
Slow motion.
style.
Just,
Yeah, little
Slow
mermaid.
motion, the droplets falling.
And then he grabs from the river. He goes through and he grabs a river rock about the size of a softball, one that's as flat as possible, but probably about yay big, about as big as one's face. Samson picks it up and like walks out of the river after dunking his head and getting all that the shock of the water. Picks it up, gets out of the river and goes to sit down and pulls out a knife and begins to carve into the rock.
all right, he's crazy. Let's go find some shark. And Ludin goes in. He'll take off his bow and stuff like that. He'll put Cynthia next to his bow because she will protect it. He'll be like, I got our shark, don't worry. And he'll walk down
Into the water.
He'll walk down to the water, open his eyes, and just and then just start looking around to see if he sees any shark.
You put your head in and you just kind of like looking around. It's very blurry if anyone's ever looked
you
underwater.
probably can't see
It's very blurry. And you're also drunk, so your sight is like twice as worse as it used to be. But when you come back up, the rest of you watch as Ludin comes back up. He's got these little bitty fish with what look like dragon wings, like sucker fish, attached to his two cheeks and his forehead. And as he pulls his arms up on his fingers and his hands.
Oh, they're so cute.
What?
The little guys on your cheeks.
They're
friends.
They're sucking on you.
Do you
They're
feel
so
that?
cute.
What? And who?
and you feel your face, and you feel like the kind of wiggling of like small, almost like sardine-sized fish, just kind of like writhing on your face, sucking to your face, like.
Ludin forgets that he has no more spell slots left, and he tries to cast Speak with Animals on them. He's like, "Do y'all know where the sharks are?"
They say
I think they're shy. He's like, "I think they're shy. They don't know how to talk yet." And he'll just walk back out and be like, "I think we're gonna need a new strategy."
In my education of the temple, sharks are generally saltwater creatures, and I don't believe we are close to any sound or sea or ocean.
There's gotta be a bull shark somewhere.
Freeze.
In
You
a
just
river?
haven't read enough books.
Yeah.
There has to be one here. And
Kill Samson!
he'll start shaking the little fishes.
Can Fingo sit on the edge of the river and try and lure the beaver over to his lap to start petting it?
Make an animal handling check for me while Samson does his thing.
What?
Right. 23.
With a 23, you're just. How do you lure this beaver, this braggin over? I don't know what to call it.
Hold your hand out and wait for him to love you.
And just sits on the edge with his feet in the river. He's like, "Come here, little guy. Come here." He's like splashing the surface of the river. He's like, "Come on, I have." Looks around. Grass. Ooh, yummy.
And he's just.
Ludin walks over. Give him a fish. Give him one of these.
Oh, okay, here's a little fish.
It's so cute. He puts the fish back in.
You grab the fish from Ludin, and it just kind of like it's kind of like almost cross-eyed as it looks at you, and just like.
Oh, do you want this? Oh, okay.
And it just like you're holding the fish out, and it just kind of like puts its whole mouth on top of your hand, and just kind of like.
Aw, look, it's eating my hand. Hey, do you know where any sharks are?
Finn's gonna pet the beaver dragon thing.
Guys, I think the beaver thing knows where the sharks are. The
Yeah,
beaver.
ask it where's the you have the thing, and then Ludin will point to Finn's necklace. Ask him.
I thought this only worked on Snog. Does it work on all animals?
I'd try it.
Hi, Drever or Bravin. What are you?
Is it just speak with animals? Is that?
He just only ever used it on Snog.
I guess it would be speak with animals.
Wait, no. Let's check it with. Okay. Let's check it with Brandon. Brandon, what does this necklace do?
Way back when
It's funnier right
said
now.
it casts.
Yeah, I'm gonna put some pressure on Brandon. I thought I was being nice, but I'm in fact being very mean. Brandon, what does this necklace do?
I guess
I know it was speak with animals. I don't.
Well, that's all we need to know.
I think it was
I don't
speak
remember.
with animals.
Yeah, I think it was speak with animals. I don't remember it being specifically specific. I know it was for Snog, but there's no reason why it can't work with.
It was for Snog, but I'm pretty sure we decided it casts speak with animals.
Okay, cool.
All right, Bravin or Drever, where are you?
Fish? Fish?
It's talking! It's actually talking! Okay.
Okay, cool.
What is it saying?
Shark! Do you know where the sharks are?
Give fish. Give fish.
Ludin,
Give
I
me
need another fish.
Ludin will put his whole hand down there to have like all of the different fish on the thing. He'll be like,
Here you go. Here's more fish.
like I don't know if I like this.
Fish. Fish good. Fish good.
Where's the shark, Brever?
Shark. Hairy fish. Hairy moose. Bull.
Yeah, a bull shark. That's right, a bull shark.
Shark? No, shark. No, bullfish.
Where's the bullfish?
Water.
realizing how smart Silk is. talking
Water.
to
It's like cross-eyed. It's just like.
Can you swim? And we'll water.
Oh,
Can you
swim good.
Okay, swim and we'll
Swim,
follow you.
Swim good. Swim good.
Yeah, follow. Show us where the bullfish is, and we'll follow you.
Moss, hairy fish, moss. Look for moss, find hairy fish, find hairy fish, moss.
Awesome,
Yeah.
thank you, Drever. You're the best little guy.
Fish, give fish. Yes, help give fish. Yes.
Do we have any more fish?
Ludin will just lean down.
know he's
like,
got at
"What did
least
he
3 on
say?"
his face.
I have like 3 on my He's like, what did he say?
Here, Ludin, lean down real quick. Low to the water.
Like, what do you want?
You lean in, Ludin, and
Drever?
it just kind of like onto your face, and it's like touching your cheek, and it just kind of like it kind of like
Ludin's
gets
like,
some of your it gets some of your chin in there, and it just kind of like.
Okay, everyone, we have to find moss to find the bullfish. It's very hairy.
While Finalai and Ludin are in pursuit of moss, unless there's anything specific you'd like to do, Priest is gonna stay on the shore and kind of twist her. Prearia.
He's also just like sitting on the shore, drinking wine, watching Samson do what he's doing, whatever's happening over here.
Esperise will just reach her hand out and gesture to the flower. How do you keep the flower on you? Is it just on your back? Do you keep it somewhere, or is it just? Do you have it with you all the time?
Yeah, it's in the little holster with her ancestral dagger.
She just kind of gesture at the flower. Can't you just summon a shark?
Probably.
Do you want to, or should we wait?
This is funnier.
Okay. Yeah. You've seen my ass, right?
I have.
Okay. Just
What,
checking.
might I ask what inspired the choice?
I wanted to promote, sort of a group bonding and inter-cooperation bonds and nothing brings people together more than a shared enemy. So I thought maybe having Elrixis' face or her shoulders on my ass and her face on the ass of our paladin companion would serve as a bonding experience.
Did it? You two certainly seem closer.
We're getting brunch next weekend. Bottomless mimosas.
I like the theme of bottoms with all of your hanging outs.
That is very bottom focused in general.
Have some wine. This may be.
Thank you very much. I definitely need more wine. This is what is communicating to me.
If their conversation looks like it's like wrapping up, then I'm gonna walk over with my rock and be like, "Hey, if it isn't my second and 8th favorite person, are you guys done yet?" And I'll sit down.
Second and 8th? There's a big jump there.
And then I'm gonna
You
sit down
don't
next
need
to
to say the numbers if they're that far apart.
Wait, which one am I?
You can just say some of my favorite people. The numbers are not something you need to say out loud.
Then we're looking for
The thing is, I know who you're
Oh
saying.
yeah, oh
It's
yeah, oh yeah.
definitely not me.
But
it's
Samson-
not subtle in every way.
But Samson has a rock. Maybe the rock does something.
You're in the river. Get back in the river, Finalai.
You're in the river. You're the river. I sit down with Esperise and pray.
Oh crap!
It's cool. Akron, come find Moss with us. We're gonna.
Do you want to go for moss or do you want to be part of emotional conversation?
I want to know where I rank on Samson's list, so I'm gonna go Moss.
I feel like you punched him once, so you're probably like 7 and I'm 8. So that's what
Probably, yeah.
Are the two of you done yet? I'll sit down next to him with my rock.
Oh well, the show is not done, but we are enjoying time.
Where are your rocks?
Rats?
Yes, your rocks.
Am I the bottom of the people we travel with?
Mountain pokes out.
Yes.
You are not right.
I go. I like lean. I put my rock down. I put my rock down next to you, Praeria, and I have scribed 5 names into my rock, and I have scribed Thalon, and I have scribed Praeria, I have scribed Ludin, Samson, and Ben. Those are the names I put on the rock. And I set those down, and I grabbed more rocks and I hand them to the 2 of you. And I say, you're right, you're the people. So this is the eve of rising. So what you do is this is very, very important Fey tradition. For what we do here, something we've done for a very, very long time. You write your reasons for the fight on the morrow. The reason that you go to war and the reason that you put your life on the line in the morrow. And I hand them the rocks and I hand them a knife. It was kind of hard. I should have had a bigger rock, but I've never had this many names before, so I had to be very selective, you know.
Well, that's good. May your rock grow bigger and bigger. What was the order again?
You put them in whatever order you want. Just you can put as many people on the rock as you wish, or whatever you want to do. But the point is, you want to remind you have to be extraordinarily drunk to do this. You pick your 5 or your people. You pick all the people that are the reason you'll die tomorrow if you want. You put them on the rock and you throw them in the river. It's very, very important. Don't think. You just write the names. You just don't care. You just write them. And that's all. You have to be extremely drunk to do so.
Okay. Prey goes over to the river and like scoops up more rocks and brings them over and puts them down on the ground. Okay. And she starts writing.
Yeah. Esperis is pretty tipsy. It goes Luden Archbane, Avriel of the Shamar Court, Talia Narete, Finalai Thorn, Prearia written away. Is this the point of the exercise? Is it like a friend list on MySpace, or is it just a popularity contest?
On Midspace.
Midspace.
We're so close to finding the moss, guys. Just keep
Did
looking.
I see it by your feet, Agrin?
It's
Dive down! Dive down!
No, that's just part of my armor. That's not the moss.
Oh.
The moss! Speak to it! Talk to the moss, Margaret!
Yeah, get it!
Oh, okay.
Do you feel a bull's fish down there? Do you
I
feel
feel
it there?
You're gonna
Feel
noodle in a
something.
second. You're gonna noodle in a second. Does anybody else write names on rocks?
We want to.
What?
When they can write names on rocks when they get back.
Okay,
we will
save
So
you
who's
rocks.
noodling? Does anybody know what noodling is?
Whatever it is Ludin's doing.
We learned from because Dylan told me, so you should educate the audience.
I'm gonna educate the audience. For those of you who don't live in the South, this noodling is when you essentially insert your entire arm into a hole under,
I did that.
under the water when you're fishing for catfish, and the point is that your arm serves as a worm of some sort, and the fish grabs onto your arm in an attempt to eat said food, and you pull out your arm with a giant catfish on your arm. So So essentially, our heroes here are going to noodle a hairy minotaur fish out of a hole.
I'm all over this. Let's go.
Do it. Let's do it. Roll up the freaking armor and
Not
look
gonna
over
bite
at
our
We got
arms
it.
off, right?
They don't have teeth, then. Come on.
What did they do?
Here we go. All right, I shoved my arm in the hole. Let's get it.
Those
Let's
of
do
you
it.
make a persuasion check, I guess, with disadvantage because you're drunk. For those of you who are noodling, you go over to the mossiest section of the river in order to noodle.
I would like to try and make my arm smell like a fish with my zodiac ability.
I will give you a regular roll instead of disadvantage with that then.
Thank you.
I got a 9 because I have a +4, but it doesn't show up on here.
Using my zodiac ability.
I got a 14.
Persuasion, right?
Oh, it better come out before I start getting violent. That's all I gotta say.
Okay, 19.
Luden, you stick your arm in the hole and you're just kind of nothing's happening. So you begin to dig down into the hole. You begin pulling out muck and you're just kind of like throwing it to the side. You go back in, you begin digging more, pulling out like this kind of mossy sludge, and you begin to kind of like look like, you in there? You?
I'm just looking for him. At a certain point, you just start punching the walls like, maybe he's sleeping. Wake him up, kind of thing. But probably find nothing.
Akron, you were kind of looking at Luden while you're kind of like have your arm in the hole. You're just kind of sitting, kind of chilling, like nothing happening.
Wiggling my fingers around.
Wiggling your fingers around. And you kind of get distracted with how Luden is just kind of like banging and digging through the sludge and nothing is happening. And then Finali, you stick your arm in another hole near another mossy kind of grove within the side, and all of a sudden you feel like a little tickle at your fingertips, kind of, and you're not sure what it is. And then all of a sudden there's a clamp down up on your shoulder blade, and something has bit down on your arm, and you look over at your shoulder, and it is like this fish is completely covered in the thickest like cousin it fur hair that you have ever seen. It has the bushiest eyebrows above its head.
Oh, it's so cute.
And like the hair, it doesn't have whiskers. It has hair that kind of like drifts off like a massive mustache, and it just kind of like very fuzzy like looks at you and begins to kind of writhe and begins to try to pull you into the hole.
Does it have teeth?
Okay, not in the human sense. Like fish have kind of like
some fish have human-like teeth. Look at Paku's.
It has kind of like grooves. So like it's gripped down on you. It has kind of like grooves like that would be considered teeth, but it's not like teeth. But it's clamped down and it is pulling you into the hole.
Guys, look! I got something! He starts like going into the hole.
Starts like behind.
It's really strong and really hairy.
Yeah, me and Luden just both dive. I think I'll grab one of Finn's legs and like Luden grabs the other one.
The other leg.
Don't let it drag me into its den. I'll never come out.
All three of you make a athletics check for me.
Awesome.
As this fish clamps down on Finn's arm, and you can see like Finn's beginning to move inside, like his butt's kind of poking out of the hole, and you see kind of like almost like the moss draping over down the sides of his back. All right, it looks like we got 20, 14, and 16.
Yeah.
Okay. It begins to pull Finn in, and you see, like, as Finn begins to disappear within the hole, and then you guys get some footing and kind of brace yourselves against, like, some of the river stone, and you begin pulling Finn out of the hole, and still attached to his arm, you see this massive, just absolutely hairy fish. There's some small little kind of, like, pimple-like horns on each side of its head as it gets pulled out of this hole covered in sludge and muck. And the ends, it's almost like it has like an ombre, like it was dyed at the salon, this fish, as its kind of dark brown hair merges into kind of like a silky autumn orange, and you rip it out of the hole and it goes flying, lets go of your arm, and it is flopping on the riverbank.
We got it! It's so cute! It's so cute! I'm gonna start petting it.
We found the shark! Luda's just in the background, not even looking at the fact that we have it, just celebrating.
Do we have to eat it? It looks so cute!
You go over to the hairy fish and it's just like,
Do we have to eat it, guys?
You don't.
I'm not gonna eat it.
Are you gonna shave it first?
Are you supposed to shave it?
Can we braid the hair? Oh, it's so cute.
Nah, I pick it up. I'm already dragging it back to the estate. We're about to grub, homie.
It's just flopping as Akron just pulls the fin, and it's just kind of like flopping on the side.
Yeah, Luda will pick up his stuff. Wait! And he's running after Akron to go help cook whatever monstrosity we just.
As I drag this back to the area where we are kind of parked on the bank there, does this look shark-like at all, or is it just like a carnivorous?
It's like a weird catfish.
It's like if cousin
it was a shark, or cousin it was a fish.
If cousin it had a baby with a shark, or a catfish, this is the result.
I'm gonna kind of turn to Ferreira. So I know you had an easier time with cooking training than I did. How confident do you feel in your ability to sashimi this?
She looks up from like her 6th rock. She's like just been carving away. Pretty, she like looks at the bottle, sees how much alcohol is left. That seems pretty confident. I think I could do it.
Okay, I will assist in whatever way I can.
Oh.
Hey, cooking time.
Don't worry, Ludin's over there already. He hasn't wait, like by the time him and Akron get back, he's already like shaving the thing and cooking.
Oh, Ludin!
He didn't say anything to anyone about this. Ludin has had proficiency in cooking tools since you guys met him.
Why did you let me spend 6 months of losing my proficiency with the flutes?
So he's just.
That is incredible.
This isn't like nobody asked. This is we asked, and he decided not to share.
That's so
he's
funny.
Just over there, just slicing up. He looks like a sushi set,
like a natural.
Wait, are you gonna use?
Akron's just cheering him on, like, yeah, you go, Gordon, you got it.
This is the first time Esperise hasn't been part of Ludin, because she said, does anyone know how to cook? And everyone said no. And she's like, I guess I will forget how to play the flute just so that somebody knows how to cook in this party. And he said, yes, you should forget about the flute so that somebody knows how to cook. So now she doesn't know how to play the flute, and you lied to her. I don't know how you feel. You saying her fucking fail at learning to cook.
I would say Luda didn't say no. He just stayed quiet.
It took Esperise months to work through that cook. To work through that
7 to 9 months to learn how to make a salad. Esperise does not have practical skill.
Yeah, it took me 10 days to learn how to do poison. I thought you'd have it, and then you were just.
Ludin, have you considered maybe that you're just not a kind person?
I never said I was kind. I'm a monster. I'm a horrible person. It's
But
cool,
are you
though.
gonna use the hair for Cynthia? Is the question.
You already cut off all your hair. How much hair does the doll need?
A luscious lock.
Cynthia, you want some more hair?
I
I guess you can make her
want
some
more
dope
hair,
eyelashes.
but maybe you could get their hair for me. A little bit of Esperise's hair, and Samson's hair, and Priaria's hair, and Akron's hair, and Finali's hair.
Ludin looks at and he'll look at like different members of the party. He'll be like, I think that's a good idea. I think we got this.
We got this.
Yeah, no, she doesn't need no more hair. And he'll awfully wink over at Cynthia. Right. He'll still be cooking, making whatever shark sushi this is about to be.
I'm gonna look over to what's happening over there and be like, and sitting there with Esprit and Prayer and be like, whose birthday is it?
We were doing some calendar work. I believe today in the morning or yesterday evening would have been Prearia's birthday. Mid-afternoon to early evening would have been my birthday, and by tomorrow afternoon to late evening is probably Ludon's birthday, but it doesn't line up exactly with the Feywild.
Okay.
I guess it is everybody's next and potentially last birthday.
I don't think it's a potentially last birthday. Have you seen my ass? That's a victory ass.
That is a victory ass, that's for sure. Samson's gonna take his rock and throw it in the river. He just yeet.
You throw the rock and it just kind of like kaboom, splunks right into the river.
What did you guys write?
Well, I wrote all of my family, and of course, that includes all of you. And then I thought about Oromir back home, and then I started thinking about everyone else back home, and then of course all of the new people I met here, and I'm running out of rocks.
Must be nice.
I'm sure you could have more rocks if you would open yourself up to more rocks. Prearia starts dumping her rocks.
I want to look through Prearia and Espris's rocks. Did either of you write your own name?
No,
hadn't thought about it.
So Samson will look at Espris's rock and be like, "Oh, you forgot to put you down. That Thalen says if you wouldn't go for your own sake, that you should just go home."
Why? Aren't there people more important than yourself?
Thalen always said that if you wouldn't go for you, you shouldn't go at all.
Yeah, but what do you say?
I wrote my own name down. And I believe in this as much as I believe in Prearia. So, yeah, I'd die for me too. Always. You shouldn't go anywhere, you'll die, or you could die, unless you go yourself for your own purposes. Can't do everything for other people. Always.
Well, I am choosing for you all to be my purpose. Whether it's selfish or not, that's what I'm doing.
Up to you. Look, you guys weren't married to him, so you don't have to deal with his judgmental glances. You do what you wish.
Samson, Prearia.
Yes?
You are both immensely more powerful than I am. Connections above me, political station above me. You don't look up to me.
I respect you as I respect all of my friends.
Wonderful.
Yeah, you're great, Espris.
But I'm not... I don't know. Your strength and your weakness. The reason you live and the reason you die.
It's about them.
There are bigger things than me and more, profound and political statements that you are making with your life. Yeah, I'm getting a lot from Samson's facial expression here, if you wanted to elaborate.
Samson there's like, in like the most like, I don't want to say breakup tone he could, but he's like, Esperis, you are wonderful. I think you're amazing. You're powerful and a tremendous person. You didn't make it on my rock. So I'm thankful to have you as a friend. I'm glad you're here with us. If that makes any sense at all.
This is the best thing you possibly could have told me. Thank you.
I hope we fight together well tomorrow. And I hope that we all survive and that we can live long and happy lives and be pen pals to the end of our days.
I hope so too. Good.
Not entirely sure what we just talked about, but I am also glad we are all here together.
I am jealous of your rock numbers, Briaria.
Yeah, right?
Must
We
be
make
nice.
more friends. We try very hard with you.
Look, I have all the friends I want.
Not
So
all
it's
of them
jealous
just get
of
on
my
the
rocks,
fucking
get more
rocks. So do you want more?
No.
You want more friends not to get on the rocks, or
No, it wouldn't be the same. It wouldn't feel the same. Be disrespectful to the people I put on the rock.
We're
To
going
make
to
more-
work on your ideas of friendship.
Are they making shock?
You guys,
fucking shark!
Lunan, be careful. You're gonna cut yourself.
I'm
helping him. I'm helping him. It's fine.
Possible to cut myself.
You all return to camp with your hairy fish.
Wait, I want to make rocks.
You make rocks after the shark thing.
Who,
Come
Finn,
on.
who do you
Finn,
make
come
rocks
make a rock.
for?
Rocks.
Finn, come make a rock. You have to write down all the names of the people you die for tomorrow. And always include yourself.
It's so dark, Samson.
I throw
I
him
need
a
a really. Is there any
a rock
really?
at him.
I need like a boulder. Can I get like a boulder?
And you do whatever you want.
My
Finn.
God. Finn's willing to die for everybody.
I'm gonna start
Whatever.
scratching off little names into the big boulder.
You're gonna miss out on all the shark, and I'm not saving none.
I need to write all these down. Samson said so.
Yeah,
This
you gotta do it
shark
too,
is
Lou.
so cute.
Is this to give us like good luck or something?
Wait, throw me some shark.
Yeah. Those some sharks. They
It's
are
Delicious.
In a way, it's good luck.
It's briny.
It's delicious.
In a way?
Yeah. Like, you always end up with good luck if you're serene in your purpose. You know why you're here and know what you're doing. And you are resolute. You don't want to fight a whole bunch of wars with people you don't know. That's what this is for.
Okay, I'm done. Little tiny names spiraled around the rock. I have a really long list though.
Okay, here's some shark, and he'll pass Finn some shark, and
Thanks.
Luden will put like first. Actually, he'll run over to Esperis and be like, "Here's some shark," and he'll put the rest inside of the his bag of holding.
I think the funniest part of this is that it's not shark at all, but everyone's
It is.
calling it shark.
It's 100%. It's a hairy shark. It's space shark. That's what's in Luden's mind at this point. It's space shark.
qualifies. It's close enough. Praeria can make it shark adjacent, like a sashimi dish.
Why does she need to make more shark? We have.
No,
Okay.
it's the preparation of the dish.
Yeah,
it's not.
I know how to cook Esperis.
Since when?
Like, what are you talking about, Sislin?
Luden, You need to cook all our meals now, since you apparently
see,
know how to.
This is why I don't tell people I know how to cook. Because immediately I tell people know how to cook, they just like, you need to cook on.
Here's the thing, Luden. If you said you knew how to cook on the Luden, if you said that you knew how to cook while we were on the ship, you would have been in the kitchen with Prearia. Instead, they'll be in the bird's nest with Cobblepot.
We spent 4 months eating Esperice's burnt rice.
Pardon me, Samson. This was not the topic of conversation.
All I did
It took me a long time to get proficiency in cooking.
Luden walks over to Akron.
Seconds on the shark.
Luden walks over to Akron and just whispers in his ear. He goes like, I only ate my good berries.
I want to stress for the audience at home that Esperice has earned her cooking proficiencies fair and square. It doesn't matter how long it took.
Esperice, I'm sure you're a wonderful chef.
I am a vegan, but yes, I'm pretty okay. I make a lot of like wheatgrass based recipes.
Luden will be like, whenever she cooks, I'll get you some more good berries. I got you, bro.
I'm gonna give my shark to Samson.
Everybody gets a birthday shark, and he'll have like plated it with moss too for the vegans.
Can't eat it. It's too cute. I wanted to keep it, but I feel like Luden would have been upset. So
there's more. We can go get one later. There's lots of them in the river.
No. I mean, I wanted to keep it alive.
Luden will put his arm around Finn. And take the knife that he has in his hand right there that he cut the shark with.
Stab Finn.
And he's just gonna snip right there because Finn's hair is long, like just a little flick off. It's like, oh, sorry, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so drunk, and he'll.
Oh boy!
I have a bowl cut.
Oh no! Why is Finn screaming?
He'll find the strands that Finn didn't catch.
It's all gone.
And he'll slowly walk over and look over to, like, while Finn is screaming and stuff like that, he'll look over at Cynthia and be like, only 5 more.
He's like, stray hands. He's like, mending, but it won't come back on.
And he's slowly like trying to sneak putting the rest of the pieces of Finn's hair underneath Luden.
Harry and Esperice, I imagine, are trying to like emergency fix Finn's hair. Just like, oh no.
Prestidigitation?
What is that gonna do but clean my hair?
It's going to clean it. It's going to make it very moisturized. Your sebaceous filaments are pristine.
It's okay. We'll just give it, we'll give it some shake. I don't know.
This is getting shorter and shorter. Oh no.
You've got one of those, you've got the Ramona Flowers haircut, which is super short in the back and goes longer in the front with the little tendrils because people are like chopping off at the back to get the magic components.
Finn is a manic pixie dream girl now. I love it.
You all have an amazing evening. Eating hair shark, drinking, Luden shaving off people's hair for Cynthia. It is a beautiful night of revelry and celebration before the storm at hand. And you almost forget for a moment as you're dancing and drinking and laughing that battle lies on the horizon. War lies on the horizon. And what that future might bring to the entire Gloaming Court and to the Feywild itself. And it grows late, the very late hours of the morning, as you join in this revelry. I would say probably you guys probably celebrate until like 1 o'clock in the morning. Just enjoying each other's company. And it is a momentous occasion. And as you nestle down, drunk, ready to rest your eyes from a very long day of celebration, Ludin, all of a sudden, you feel the string on your bow snap, as if cut. Finali, you're sitting around the fire, drinking a glass of wine, and the pig-nose necklace, the clasp breaks and it falls to the ground. Akron, the hat that Esperise gave you, you're dancing with other fae around a bonfire, and it begins to unravel at the seams. Priaria, you are walking, watching your friends, laughing, and your arm brushes across your side, catching a powdery substance. You look down and see that your dagger, the lotus, has begun to rust. Samson, the horn you once wore, now weighs in your back and begins to bend and dent. As you kind of look down, you pick it up along the side of your belt. It begins to rust as well. You all look amongst yourselves and watch as these precious items begin to gray and crack, as if the result of a sourceless fire. You watch as they slowly disintegrate into ash, caught on the summer breeze of the court. The powdery remnants coating the last thing they touched until they are one with the breeze. And it is in this moment, this quiet moment after this night of revelry, that you know that one of the seven is dead. But more so, you know that you've lost a friend. And the real battle is a reminder. This is a reminder. And the real battle lies once more ahead for you all. And that is the truth that anchors you back down to this earth. And in that glimpse of happiness of your friendship, while you laughed and danced, you are all burdened with a much greater task. Not only saving the world, saving yourselves. And that is where we will end tonight's session.
As that realization dawns on Samson with the horn, I'm gonna get a very, very small rock. I'm gonna carve Uri into the rock and throw it in.
Priaria's gonna make the river flow with some of the flowers that she gathered around the entrance to the Undercity for him that one time. And she's not gonna say anything.
Ludin's just gonna pick up the ashes of the Archbane, go over to where like the arrow holes of his magic hit for the last couple of targets and stuff like that. He's just gonna gather it all up and just wrap it up in a little bag and just sit there, and he's just gonna cry for a long time, like a really, really long time. And He'll probably cry himself to sleep. I don't. He'll get a long rest, but just barely. He's not talking to anyone either.
Astris is going to, as the Fae and the mortals find their peace or their woe around her, is just going to look out of the water and out of the revelry and of the world that they are in now, and cement some things of what she believes of the world and what mortality has taught her and what Urmir taught her. To find faith again. In its own way.
Then we'll kind of stick at a distance, but kind of by Luden, and be kind of like just staring at the ash of the necklace in his hands, and just kind of like in like a mixture of like disbelief and just shock and grief. And I will also cry, like tears going down his face as he just kind of tries to understand and grapple with this, because obviously unexpected, and he's never had a friend die before. So I think right now he's in a state of disbelief.
Akron, you watch your friends. You're not entirely sure what pales their faces to such sullen expressions. But something tugs inside of you. Urmir, what are your last words?
Think last words last words. Okay. Well, if I'm going to leave the world with anything, as far as words or anything like that, I guess I'd want my friends and everyone else to know that regardless of how cruel the world can be sometimes, regardless of the events that happen or the evils that lurk in the darkest shadows, know that there's love there too. And know that no matter how dark things may seem, no matter how many people we lose along the way, that goodness and love and light always wins in the end. I can say that because being here, I see my mother, my father, my city. And we're in the light. So, don't mourn me for too long.
Urmir, it's been a very long time. You've sacrificed a lot. The time that you've had with your father has been precious and timeless, and you wouldn't trade it for anything in the world. And as the Seven is vanquished, because of you, because of the lives that you've saved, when all you see is darkness, light pierces through, and a figure stands at the end of the tunnel. Blurry at first, but it becomes clearer as you step forward. And as your focus begins to shift, there's a beautiful, red-skinned tiefling. A woman that you have not seen in a very long time. She smiles. She raises her arms out to you. Welcome home, son. As your mother calls forward and brings you into the most warm embrace, her scent filling your lungs. And the darkness fades away and only fields of golden wheat spread out before you, all endlessly, an expanse that reaches beyond any distance you could possibly imagine. Beautiful snow-capped mountains in the distance, and she holds you tight, smiling. And you look around and you see every single individual that died in the Undercity. The old man whose mind was slipping, who would bring you bread and would ask about your mother far past her death. The woman who would get buttons from old clothes in the trash and give them to your mother to sew into coats. Fabrics and shoes. Every single one waits, as if they have been waiting this entire moment to welcome you home. As if they could not go until the very last member of their family was here. And they all smile at you, and they look to the mountain. And you take your mother's hand, and you begin walking. And everything else fades away. And that is the end to our session this evening.
Lauren, if I could say one thing.
Of course.
Fuck you. Whew.
I love you all so much.
Here we are, all are just trying to have a good time. Enjoy our shark.
All the interactions before this. Yeah, okay, all right.
I will say, if you are interested in further thoughts and opinions and feelings, be sure to follow our YouTube where we put up our after shows, where I'm sure Brandon's going to have a lot of things to share about what just occurred.
If you've been following us from the beginning and you know of Urimir, you have just witnessed a very special moment. And if you haven't, please go back and watch all of our YouTube VODs, because, wow. We just sent Urimir off on a very well-deserved ending. At least that's what I'd like to hope that everyone else feels that way as well. But if you follow the after show, you will definitely get to hear all of our thoughts and opinions. But other than that, if you enjoyed our show this evening, thank you so much for watching. We stream every Monday, Fate's End, at 7:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. We have other shows throughout the weekend. We do stream Short Rest, just kind of throughout the week. It's very sporadic, but on Wednesdays, go ahead, sir. You look like you have something to say.
Sorry, Wednesday night, does Lotus know who his brother is and where he is? Does Melanora know what her god wants from her? Does the party know how to be nice to anyone ever? Come back for the Wild Beyond the Witchlight. DM'd by me. Danny is in it. Raina is in it. We got Max, we got James, we got Dylan, we got Zach. We've got lots of beautiful, beautiful people playing our Wild Beyond the Witchlight campaign.
And that is Wednesday at 8:30 p.m. Central Standard Time for Iron Valor. And you also get to interact with that show. You get to, give various cast members luck points and bless the party and curse the DM. So it's very interactive, lots of fun. So join us on Wednesdays for
I had
that.
all of one pre-recorded episode where they had no blesses and lucks and curses, and it was great for me. I got to bring Raina to half health in the first turn. It was beautiful.
It was great. I had a concussion the rest of the battle.
Yeah, but if you want to be there to help them out, you can also do that. I'll just make things harder. You don't have to show up. I'll just make things harder. It's fine.
All right.
We would like it if you showed up.
We hope that you join us on Wednesday to maybe see somebody die. We'll see. But lots of fun stuff as we continue our Wild Beyond the Witchlight campaign on Wednesdays. Other than that, we're gonna find somebody to raid here. Thank you so much for joining. Oh, let me thank all of our peeps. Thank you, Haloidy, for the resub, and JP Lucidius for the resub as well. Please consider following. We are going to be raiding Smoking Dragons, as Daniel has put in chat here. So please stick around. We do like to spread the love to the community. Thank you so much for joining us, and we will see you all next time on Fate's End. Thank you, guys. Let's raid.